Welcome back to Northside LDN, and it looks like Arsenal have signed Fabio Vieira from the Liga Portuguesa, from Porto, the Portuguese team, and it looks like Edu's finally got off that jet ski, caramba. Obviously, he's listening to my advice. Get the hell off that jet ski and actually make some signings. It's crazy. It took Tottenham to be proactive, for us to be proactive. We're literally going to drop 40 million euros is what's the reported fee, something like £35 million on Fabio Vieira, the attacking midfielder. And it looks to be our first big bit of business for this transfer window. Listen, we're going to get into that and other headlines and players being linked to Arsenal. Fabio Vieira to Arsenal. Let's go. Finally, Arsenal signs Porto prodigy Fabio Vieira on 40 million euros transfer. Arsenal just recently announced their first signing of the summer, having reached an agreement with Brazilian Scarlet Marquinhos. It didn't take long for the club to make its next move, as Arsenal reportedly finalized a deal with Porto to bring Fabio Vieira to the Emirates. Here we got Fabrizio Romano confirming Arsenal in advanced talks to sign Fabio Vieira from Porto. Sources now confirm from News Talk in progress for Portuguese talented midfielder. Fabio Vieira has already accepted the destination as he dreams of Premier League football. More information on the news is Arsenal have reportedly seen a bid worth roughly 40 million euros accepted by Porto for the services of the 22-year-old midfielder. Vieira himself reportedly eager to start the next chapter of his career at Arsenal. Unfortunately, the move doesn't guarantee him Champions League football. This is a massive signing for Arsenal as they're getting one of the most gifted young players in all of Europe. Last season, in Portugal's Primeira Liga, Vieira led all players with 14 assists. He also added 6 goals throughout the season, clearly playing a huge role in attacking third for Porto. So yeah, listen, I mean, news like this, when you get headlines like this, it just goes to show that most of the flipping journals are chatting crap. They were linking us to Otavio from Porto. They were linking us to, who else were they linking us to? I got all the headlines here. It was Otavio and Vitinha. But it looks like the player Arsenal were looking at was Fabio Vieira. And listen, he's a decent player. Obviously, he plays in the same position as Martin Odegaard, attacking midfielder. So it'll be interesting to see what all the super fans think, because apparently Martin Odegaard is the best attacking midfielder since football ever started, since football has existed. So yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's a good signing, but at the same time, for me, as much as I think it's a decent signing, it doesn't forgive the fact that we're paying £10 million more for Fabio Vieira coming in from the Liga Portuguesa. That's going to need time to adapt, that we don't know if he's Premier League proven, than Spurs did paying for Bissouma. Now, they play in completely different positions, but we needed both. I was already asking for an upgrade on Martin Odegaard. Fabio Vieira might be that. He might not. At the end of the day, he's a risk. Just like Darwin Núñez going to Liverpool is a risk. They bought him. He had very good stats in the Liga Portuguesa, but performing in the Liga Portuguesa is nothing like performing in the Premier League. So he may bang, he may not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to gas him up. He is my fellow Portuguese. You know what I mean, caramba. Make sure you like and subscribe as well to the channel. But for me, it's a decent signing. But at the same time, I'm still vexed of Arsenal. And all the Arsenal fans on socials, all the flipping fans that are twerking for everything that this club does, they're still not forgiven for not going for Bissouma. Because if they went for this guy in Bissouma, £50 million, I think that's a decent bit of business. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying this guy's world class, because like I said before, I only really watch Benfica. I don't really watch any other team. And even with Benfica, it's if I catch a match. I've got so much going on now running this channel, watching all the news from Arsenal, watching the matches, doing the previews and everything. I don't really have that much time to watch Benfica, let alone watching the Liga Portuguesa. So I ain't going to come on here talking rubbish and overly gassing it just because he's an Arsenal player. I do think he's a decent player. But for me, business isn't finished. And I don't want the cronkies, I don't want this fan base to start overly gassing, talking merda pucaria, yeah? Literally noshing one off now that we got Vieira. I think he's decent. I will get into some of his stats over here on Transfermarkt. And you know what I mean? Obviously, he's not in the Portuguese, the Seleção Portuguesa, which makes me feel, how good is he? I mean, he hasn't made it into the Seleção Portuguesa. I know it's a hard seleção to get into. You've got Bernardo Silva, you've got Bruno Fernandes, you've got Jota. You've got so many players, so much talent that I can understand. You got Neves, you got so many, you got Moutinho, you got so many. We're jam-packed in the midfield. I get that. But if this guy is going to be everything that we're hoping he is, and everything now the media are bigging him up to be, then why is he not getting into the Portuguese national team? You know, why wasn't he in the team? Could he not have helped us for, I think Portugal's last game was against Switzerland, where we lost 1-0. Could he have not come on and done the job? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, listen, it is up to the national team coach, and I can understand that. But at the same time, why is he not there? I mean, when you're looking at his stats are decent. There's no denying that. But how good is this guy? Let me get his stats up on Transfermarkt. On Transfermarkt, he's valued at £22.5 million. He's won 2 Primeira Ligas. He's won 1 Taça de Portugal, which is the Portuguese equivalent of the FA Cup. You've got in the Liga Portuguesa, he's had 27 appearances, 6 goals, and 14 assists. So he's done reasonably well in Portugal. Obviously respected out there in Portugal, but when you look at him in the Champions League, he only had 2 appearances. How come he didn't have more appearances in the Champions League? That's something to ask questions about. Literally 1 assist, no goals. Well, in the Europa League, he had 3 appearances, 1 assist. Champions League, he had 1 assist and 2 appearances. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. But at the same time, you know, in the Taça de Portugal, he had 5 appearances, 1 goal. You know what I mean? So, listen, he can play as an attacking midfielder. He can also play as a second striker, and he can also play on the left. He came through Porto's academy, as far as I can see. And, yeah, he had no injuries. But, yeah, I don't understand why he's not in the national team. And I don't understand how, you know, all the Arsenal fans now that are all overly hyping this guy up. Where were you speaking about him before? Everyone was saying Vitinha. You know, the Vitinha link came up. We were linked to Vitinha, so was Man United. That's what everyone was gassing up. But now all of a sudden, and this is what annoys me with Arsenal fans. It's all good being happy and it's all good thinking, I think this is a baller and I think he can do a job. But Arsenal fans on social media literally just embarrass us. They'll start making it out like he's the best midfielder in the world. But I don't know how he's the best midfielder in the world if most of these Arsenal fans were bigging up Martin Odegaard in that place. That's one thing that I find interesting. This guy, I think he's decent. I don't understand why he's been on the bench for some of Porto's most important games. That's something that we need to ask questions about. If he's not making the Porto starting 11 all the time, why is he going to make our starting 11 all the time? If he's on the bench, I mean, why then are we going for a player that we deem worse or inferior to Martin Odegaard? Because I don't think Martin Odegaard is all that, in my opinion. And I've expressed that numerous amount of times. I don't think he's all that. But, yeah, Fabio Vieira, I mean, I'm happy, but I'm not overly gassed because I've seen Arsenal do business before, as in getting Thomas Partey, and then it's trabalho já acabou. Job's done, everything's done. There's no need to address any other areas of the pitch. I cannot actually remember a transfer window where we've addressed every position that we need addressing, which is why I'm not taking my foot off of this club's neck. And I don't give a crap if people want to cry. I don't care if people want to call me negative. I don't care. I've already said it before this window started. I said we need 7 signings. One thing I can give the club, they have made this signing 6 days in the transfer window. For Arsenal, that's extremely early. Normally, we leave it to the last week to get our business done. So listen, we've got a lot of business to do. And the fact that we've done it within 6 days, that is decent, but we still need to be more proactive than that. At the end of the day, I want to see more. I want to see more good business. We need a CDM. We need rotation for Saka and Martinelli. We need 2 strikers. We need a proper right back. We need a centre back, and we need a deep line playmaker. So it is what it is. I mean, like I said, I don't think he's going to be able to get 14 assists in the Premier League. You're probably going to have to take that down to 8 assists. How many assists did Odegaard get? Let me have a look. How many assists did Arsenal get? Let me put Arsenal stats. Let's have a look. Premier League stats, because he's not going to be getting the same stats he got in the Liga in the Primera Liga over here. There's no way. There's no way. But yeah, like at the end of the day, you're gonna have to half that. And Odegaard, I think Odegaard got about 9 assists, something like that. Let's go over here. Where is it? Right, Odegaard. Why is it not loading? Load it then. Oh, it's bugging out. But anyway, it is what it is. I'll get it up in a minute. But that's my opinion. Listen, tell me what your opinion is. Let's be real. I've been doing videos ever since the transfer window opened. Nobody mentioned anything about this guy. Not the journals. I didn't see no Arsenal fans mentioning anything about Fabio Vieira. So when I'm seeing online, people already overly gassing this guy up and making him out to be the next flipping, I don't know, Xavi and Iniesta. It's like, come on, relax. Do you know what I'm saying? Nobody was talking about this guy. Doesn't mean that this guy's crap. Doesn't mean that he hasn't got a high ceiling. Doesn't mean he hasn't got potential. What I'm saying is, why is he, all those starts, he had 27 starts. Why is half of that starting on the bench, coming on as a bench player? Why? I want to know why. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I need players coming into this team that put Odegaard on the bench, that come in and put Xhaka on the bench. We don't need the same level or roughly around the same level. We need top class players if we're serious and being in a title race, which is what I want. Do you know what I'm saying? So listen, it is what it is. Let's see what he does. I'm not going to be all negative and say that he's trash. What I'm saying is I think people need to relax a little bit, you know, on how much they're actually rating the player, because literally before today, nobody was talking about him. Nobody was talking about him or suggesting him coming to Arsenal or saying Arsenal should be going in for him. So it is what it is. But we know how Arsenal fans can be, and not you lot, but we know how Arsenal fans can be, and they have to gas up. They have to gas up everything that comes out of this club. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait and see what he does. It's the same when we got Nuno Tavares. You know what I mean? There have been very good players that come from the Primeira Liga. When you think about Luis Diaz has kicked off. Jota came from the Portuguese league. You've seen Bernardo Silva. He come from the Portuguese league. I know he went to Monaco. Then he came here. We've had Ruben Diaz came from the Liga Portuguesa as well. And they've had good careers. Jimenez came from the Portuguese league. So, but then for all those players, you still have players like, you know, Tavares, who I think is absolutely trash. But then you have players like Carvalho. I remember Carvalho over there at Chelsea. I remember when Chelsea was getting so many Portuguese players. I remember when the oil money came in, they loved the Portuguese player over there, which is why they got a big Portuguese fan base. But yeah, listen, we've seen a lot of players from the Primeira Liga come over here and do really well. João Moutinho, another player that's come from the Liga Portuguesa and done really well at the Premier League. So I'm definitely not writing him off because of the league he's coming from. I'm looking solely at his stats, which I do think are decent. But at the same time, I think Portuguese league is probably the fifth best league in world football. You probably put the Premier League, then you put La Liga, then you'll probably put Bundesliga, then you put probably the Italian league, then you put the French league, then you'll probably put the Portuguese league. So probably the 6th biggest league in the world. So listen, let's see how it goes. For me, we could have went and got players like James Maddison, or, you know, go and get Tielemans and players like this that don't need an adaptation period. They don't need to learn the language. They don't need to learn a different culture. They're already used to how things are over here in the Premier League. They're used to the Premier League. It doesn't take them very long. They're used to the fixtures, the speed of the game, the physicality of the game. And this is the thing. But obviously, this is what Arsenal have gone for Fabio Vieira. Like I said, not a trash signing. I think it's actually a decent signing. But I'm not taking my foot off their neck, like I said before, because at the end of the day, these guys have promised us big things. They said they had a clear plan. They said that, you know, we need to be fighting for the league. They said that be excited. One signing doesn't make me excited. This literally just nullifies the fact that Tottenham got Basuma. It doesn't mean that we've moved forward. Everyone else is strengthening. So one signing doesn't do anything because you have to take into account City's got Haaland. Chelsea are looking like they're going to get Nkunku. I saw rumours that they're going to get Nkunku. You're looking at Man United are going to get De Jong. Tottenham already got Perisic. And now they've got Basuma over the line. So listen, when you look at it like that and you look at it with the perspective, with the thought of, wait, hold on, what are my rivals done so far? It actually isn't that big of a deal because some of them are already on to their second, third signing. We are just getting over the line one signing and we are playing catch up. Bear in mind, we're playing catch up. We're not on the same level right now as Tottenham. They pipped us to top 4. We're not on the same level as Chelsea. They got in the top 4. We're not on the same level as Liverpool and Man City. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to look into the context of what's going on. And one signing doesn't mean anything right now because of the fact that our rivals have been so proactive and are doing so much. So this is something that, you know, we've got to look into. We've got to look into. Luca says he's a rubbish player. I wouldn't say he's a rubbish player. I just don't think he's not world class. It's not even that I don't think he's not world class. Is he any good? I don't watch the Portuguese league. To be honest with you, like I said, I don't watch the Portuguese league. I've watched it since I started the channel. I've watched it even less than I did before, which is why I don't really come out suggesting players from the Portuguese league. There's obviously Paulinho is a player that's been touted to be a very good player. I've seen him once or twice, not enough to form a solid opinion. I think I have to see the player at least 5 or 6 times before I can say, yeah, I have a solid opinion. Fabio Vieira is the same thing. I saw Fabio Vieira in the derby between Porto and Benfica. It's not enough for me to have an opinion on the guy. He's decent. I don't think he was ripping up trees, but I think he did very well with his assists. Like I said, why was he not featuring in some of their biggest Champions League matches? You know what I'm saying? Why is it that some of the appearances he got was coming off of the bench? Why was he not starting? You know what I mean? Because we need starters. Because this squad ain't strong enough to get us in the top 4. So we need better than what we have. Otherwise, we're going to stay at the level that we are. So to me, it's as simple as that. Big up Northside, bro. Big up to you, man. Vamir, make sure people you like and subscribe. Make sure you like the video. Help me with the algorithm. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Never watched him play once. This one came out of nowhere. I like this move. Isn't he like Odegaard? Yeah, he plays in the exact same position. He can play as a left winger. He can also play as a second striker. But yeah, he plays in the Odegaard position. And I said it from the start. I said, listen, I want somebody that's going to put Odegaard on the bench because I don't think Odegaard is good enough yet. He's still a player with potential, but I don't really see the potential like that in Odegaard. And I think that Fabio Vieira may put him on the bench. Is Fabio Vieira world class? No, I wanted top class players. But it is what it is. I'm fuming. Basuma is cheaper and he's Premier League proven. Arsenal fan, absolutely nonsense. That's what I'm saying. And this is why I'm not jumping up, cheering and singing and doing all the rest of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I completely agree with you. Like, Basuma is cheaper, Premier League proven. Now, Basuma, it plays more of a deeper role. But at the same time, why can't we get both? Why can't we get both? I don't understand. That would address 2 positions. We needed a number 10 and we needed a number 8 or a number 6. We needed a deep line playmaker. So I don't understand why we couldn't go out and get both. I really don't get it. And for me, I'm still fuming with the Basuma. So I completely agree with you, bro. I completely agree with you. Fulham are trying to hijack João Paulinho from Wolves for only £14 million, Caramba. Listen, when does Arsenal ever do the business that we want? I've been saying that I would love Paulinho here at Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? But these lot... These lot clearly don't want him, and I don't understand why they don't want him or why they don't rate him. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get what our scouts are doing. You guys, we've been talking about, a lot of you guys in the comments have been bringing up Paulinho. I've brought him up. Francisco as well, who's Portuguese, who's a regular viewer. He's been bringing it up as well. He's 26 years old, Paulinho. I mean, let me bring up Paulinho for just a quick sec. You know, why can't we go and get this deal done as well? You know what I'm saying? Then I would kind of forgive a little bit the Basuma deal. You know what I mean? 26 years old, ripping it out there for Sporting Lisbon, a Sporting Lisbon that won the league last year. 27 appearances, 3 goals. Primarily a defensive midfielder, can also play as a centre-back, ripping it up there in Portugal. Why don't we go and get him? Do you know what I'm saying? He ain't going to cost too much. He's only worth £22.5 million. We could get him for roughly £30 max. Why don't we go and do that? You know, you get Jean Palinha and Paulo Vieira, then all of a sudden, and Fabio Vieira, sorry, all of a sudden we're looking a lot stronger. All of a sudden we have counteracted what Tottenham have done. But we haven't done that. You know what I'm saying? They had no proper CDM of any good quality. They've gone and addressed that. We still ain't addressed that. Listen, let's not forget, people, yeah? And let's not forget that last season, our season ended once we lost Partey as a CDM and we lost Tierney as a left back. We still have not addressed any of that. We got Tavares, he ain't good enough. We need another left back to rival Tierney. Tierney seems to be injury prone at this point. Then when we were relying on El Nini, he put in a good shift for 1 or 2 games. But after 1 or 2 games, what did he do? His performances weren't good enough for over a 5, 6, 7 game period, not good enough to get us into the top 4. So we need to upgrade in that position. We have to upgrade. So at the end of the day, if we get a Paulinho and we get a Fabio Vieira, then you might see me, you know, crack a bit of a smile then. Then I can start seeing, okay, all right, Arsenal. Okay, you didn't go for Basuma because your main target was Paulinho. You got it over the line. I'm starting to see something. But until then, I can't really be saying that I'm starting to see something because I'm not. Paulinho is 26 in his prime, ready to take the next jump up. I remember so many Portuguese were telling me, listen, they were fuming the fact that Paulinho wasn't getting played in the Seleção Portuguesa. Like, everyone was getting vexed. Like, where's Paulinho? Why was he not selected? Why was he not selected for the Seleção de Portugal? We were vexed. I was vexed. You know what I'm saying? Because from what I've seen of him, he seems to be a player. Do you know what I'm saying? But listen, it is what it is. Let me see what you guys are saying. I'm fuming. Luca's fuming too. Yeah, listen, by no means am I happy. I think it's a decent bit of business, but I ain't forgiven, you know, what this club has done and how much we've been messing around. Good afternoon, Northside. Don't know anything about this player. The PR is strong in them choosing a player with surname of Vieira. Listen, you're probably right, bro. You're probably right. A lot of people give him, you know, because of the nostalgia of the old Vieira. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. The thing is, I'm not going to overgas him because I want to see him in the Premier League before I make my mind up. Is he good enough? Is he not? He's not someone that makes me extremely, like, I'm not like, oh, jumping out my seat because we got Fabio Vieira. But let's see. Still need at least 6 more players. Exactly my point. Exactly, bro. We still need more players. All top gooners will say is the next coming of Birdcamp, Kadam. But listen, they probably will because we always have to overgas everyone. Overgas Saka, even though I rate him. Overgas Martinelli, even though I do rate him. Overgas Odegaard. Overgas everyone, bro. Anyone that comes up for Project Youth and signed by this manager, the fan base as a whole, overgas it. Fabio Vieira is decent young player. And AFM that attacking midfielder that is behind Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, and Vitinha at the moment. But this club needs proven players at this moment, not youngsters. That's what I'm saying. I thought we were supposed to get experience. You know what I'm saying? I thought we were supposed to get experience. Jez, big up to Jez, man. Big up to you, Jez. He looks like Harry Potter. Big up to you, Jez, man. Big up. Signing Vieira, does that mean no Tielemans? Probably. I won't be surprised. Do you know what I'm saying? I won't be surprised if we don't get Tielemans. Obviously, our midfield at the moment, how's it going to shape up? Partey, God forbid we have Xhaka next to Partey and we don't address that position there with a deep line playmaker. And then who we're going to go with? Odegaard or we're going to go for Fabio Vieira? I don't know. Let me know. I'd rather Fabio Vieira, even though I'm not completely sold on the player because I've seen enough from Odegaard to see that he ain't it. He ain't good enough. We still need a left back, right back, centre mid, striker, and a winger. This is what I'm saying. But all the super fans will be popping up the champagne today because that's how it goes. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, job isn't done. Job is not done. The fact that we got Fabio Vieira doesn't take away the fact that we need 2 strikers. that we need wingers for rotation for Partey, for Martinelli and Saka. It doesn't take away the fact that we need a CDM. It doesn't take away the fact that we need another centre back. It doesn't take away the fact that we need a deep line playmaker. It doesn't take the fact that we need a right back. There's so much business to be done. Arsenal fans, yeah, keep your powder dry. Don't stop talking bukari out your arse and slagging other people and saying, oh, pumping your chest and, oh, what did you say? And this and that. I know, listen, people like Fuad are going to overgas it. And they're going to get too excited and they're going to start talking absolute merda, yeah? Let's keep our powder dry. Let's see by the time the window closes what we have done and what everyone else has done. Because it's all good doing a little bit of business, but if everybody else is strengthened in the same amount of players or in vital positions that they were weak in last season, it kind of nullifies it. Do you know what I'm saying? It nullifies it. We have to do a lot of business and a lot of very good business in multiple positions for us to actually leapfrog Tottenham, leapfrog Chelsea. Do you know what I'm saying? Get in and around the mix with Liverpool and Man City. That's what we've got to do. If they do 3 or 4 signings and we do 3 or 4 signings, well, have we really improved that much? I mean, it really depends who they bring in, who we bring in. But at the same time, we've got so much to do. We've got so much to do. And Liverpool are buying flipping Darwin Núñez and Man City are buying Haaland. So they're just improving. They ain't getting worse. We've got so much to do. So much to do. And we'll see if this club gets it done. This guy isn't even better than Odegaard. I don't want Vieira. He's a luxury, not answer. Listen, I don't really... Like I said, I'm not condemning him completely. I just don't think he's all that. It's the same with Tavares. Like, when we got Tavares, I was like, I'm not... From what I've seen about Tavares, I don't really rate him like that, but we'll see. He proved me right. They ain't all of that. I want Fabio Vieira to prove me wrong. I want all these players to prove me wrong. But until that happens, whatever my opinion is going to stay until I'm proven wrong. It's not, at the end of the day, it's down to them to change my mind. He hasn't even played half of Porto's games. This is what worries me. This is what worries me. The fact that he hasn't been always selected. And that, to me, is a bit worrying. Because if you're not being selected for more than half their games in the Liga Portuguesa, are you really ready to come to the Premier League and potentially being bought in? I mean, if we're spending 35 to 40 million pounds at Arsenal, if we spend that kind of money, you're more than likely going to be a starter. Is he ready to be a starter at Arsenal? I mean, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know. Meanwhile, Paulinho is being linked now to Fulham, a yo-yo club. Too good for Championship, but not good enough for the Premier League. Yeah, exactly. It's mad. It's mad, but at the end of the day, we're letting Basuma go. We're letting Paulinho go. I just don't understand who this guy is looking at to be in rotation with Thomas Partey or to play alongside Thomas Partey. I don't know. I really don't know. We better sign more players. Exactly. Why are top gooners acting like they know who this guy is? Bruv, none of them watch the Liga Portuguesa. How many times have I come on here talking about Portuguese players or Portuguese leagues and things like that, and nobody knows jack shit about the Portuguese league? Yeah, I mean, all they know is Sporting, Benfica, Porto, and Braga. That's about it. Other than that, they don't know about nothing else. They don't know about Boa Vista. They don't know about none of them things there. They don't know about Rio Ave. They don't know about none of that. But that's how it is. You know what I mean? That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? This is pathetic. He costs the same as Odegaard, yet he's not even better. And this is the big problem. This is the big problem. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. You know, he looks decent, but I'm not convinced. Listen, let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. Let's not completely condemn him. You can have the opinion that you think he's not a step up. I'm not going to call him trash. But is this the kind of level I wanted in step up? No. The level I wanted was world class or just below world class. I don't think he's at that level. So how much is he really going to push this club forward? So listen, I get the frustration in the chat. I get it. I'm fuming regarding Paulinho, man. Fulham are trying to hijack him from Wolves for only 13 to 14 million. This is what I'm saying. So many good deals going around. So many good deals. 13, 14 million for Paulinho. 25 million for Basuma. And we're missing out on all the deals. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, clearly Edu got off of his flipping jet ski, the filo da puta. But what are you actually doing? Are you actually looking at anything that's going on? Are you? What are you? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Forget stats. This fella ain't good enough for Arsenal. And with additions to the squad like this fella, we can forget about competing. We are in serious trouble this season. Yeah, I can kind of agree with you. Do you know what I'm saying? I kind of agree with you. Like I said, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. So I get why you feel like that. And I get why most of you guys feel like that. This deal has come out of the blue. Is this a panic buy? Very good, very good. That's actually a very good comment. Because the club is watching the socials. Even the most avid flipping Arteta in fan and Project Youth and yes, we need to back Arteta. We're saying it's not good enough. And we're fuming at the fact that Basuma went over to Tottenham. And maybe they just pulled the trigger to get the fans back on side. They're starting to see the fans shift. And, you know, to be fair, I didn't see anyone in the last couple of days since the Basuma deal was announced actually bigging up this team, bigging up this owner, and bigging up this process. So maybe they saw that and thought it's time to react. It's time to buy someone. But we don't want to just buy anyone. We need someone that's going to take us to the next level. Kind of like what happened with Kulusevski. You know, Kulusevski's now, I want to say, to take Tottenham completely to the next level, but they weren't supposed to be getting into the top four. Yeah, but Kulusevski was the difference to get them over the line. His contribution to that team helped them get over the line. And obviously Arsenal being typical Arsenal and bottling it when it really matters. Can we really say that Fabio Vieira is really going to have the impact Kulusevski's had at Tottenham? Is he going to have the type of impact that Bentancur has had at Tottenham? You know, is he going to have that kind of impact? Because if he's not, then I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with this. But listen, let's see how it goes. We are getting players that aren't going to push Odegaard. And this is the problem. If he's not, then this is the problem. This is the only kind of player we'll sign. As I said, link to everyone, sign nobodies. Yeah, you did say that. I'd rather sign Rafinha. I don't want Fabio Vieira. Not for me. Why are we going for bench player? I need players that can take Xhaka, Odegaard on bench. I don't want relax. Not really, because I want better midfielder. Yeah, Vieira, the king comes back, bruv. This ain't the king, innit? This one ain't the king. I'd rather sign Rafinha, Tielemans, Neves, Ward-Prowse, these types of players. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but is this club actually going to come out and do it? You know, watch, we screwed up on Tielemans. Listen, I want every signing to come through the door to make a huge impact. This is what we need now. Yeah? And also, at the start of this transfer window, the club was saying that we're going to get some experienced players. Now, he's 22 years old. He's not a teenager, but he's not really the experience that we need. We need experience alongside Saka. We need experience alongside Martinelli. We need experience to guide these players. Because last season, when I look at it, I don't blame anything on the youngsters. When I'm talking about the youngsters, I'm talking about Saka, I'm talking about Emil Smith-Rowe, I'm talking about Martinelli. They did their bit. That last bit to get over the line, to get to top four at least. You need experienced players, and our experience in this team ain't good enough. Xhaka ain't good enough. Holden ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? All this type of experience ain't good enough. Lacazette wasn't good enough. Now he's gone. So we need to get proper experience, because you need to have a blend of good young players alongside very good and talented experienced players that know what it takes to win matches and win crunch games. Are we doing that? I'm yet to see if we're doing that. Is Fabio Vieira that guy? I don't know. I want to know what you guys think. Another signing for the future, Project Youth getting out of hand. Exactly. I'm not happy with this signing. As you said last night, Jez, we won't sign top quality players, as none of them would want to play for Arteta. Exactly. I agree. Big up, Jez. I completely agree. I completely agree. We wanted world-class players. These lot are promising us world-class players, teasing us Gabriel Jesus. Is this top-class players? Because I don't think this is top-class players. You know what I'm saying? Another signing for the future. I'm not happy with this signing. Why is Arteta Why is Arteta fan base realize that players like Fabio Vieira is good? Where Spurs got players like Bissouma, we playing catch up. What's this here? 35 to 40 million on potential is nuts. I don't know why we have to pay so much. Hey, Northside, bro. It's not official yet. I'm waiting for the official announcement on Arsenal's website. Yeah, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. We'll see, bro. But big up to you, Static, man. Real one. Fabio is raw, not the finished article. We need the finished article. How many more players are we going to bring into this club that is not the finished article? How many? Every time we bring a player, Tomiyasu ain't the finished article. Ben White's not the finished article. Tomiyasu's not the finished article. Tavares is not the finished article. I mean, when are we ever going to go forward if everyone's not a finished article? Everyone is project development. Like, come on. I need proven players, man. I need players that's going to push us forward. Because our rivals are getting players that are ready for the here and now. Kulusevski, ready for the here and now. Bissouma, ready for the here and now. Darwin Núñez, ready for here and now. You know what I'm saying? Haaland, ready for here and now. You know what I mean? De Jong, if he goes to Man United, ready for here and now. Not project youth. Not project wait and see, give it 7 years. Puta que pariu. Big up Northside, my brother. Hope you are good. Vieira. What's this here? Saying, mate, until a serious manager comes in and Edu fucks off, I have to write off too until then. 16 years since moving to the Emirates from Highbury, and the squad is being filled with no marquee players. Absolute joke of a club. Compete with the elite in Europe to playing against Wi-Fi Password FC. There you go. We need a player like Cazorla who can hold the ball and keep it moving against the big teams. Exactly. And which is why I keep saying that we've not replaced Santi Cazorla. And it's so... Look, listen, if we're going to play in the counter-attack, quick counter-attack in football, we need a good, quick, rapid, deep line playmaker that has good vision. We haven't addressed that. Look, you can... Everyone... man. It's not good enough. It's not good enough, man. It's not good enough. I need another 6 players. I need another 6 players. And I don't need them to be of the level of Fabio Vieira. I need levels above that if we're really serious about competing. Yeah? But this club is not serious about competing. And we've seen that loads of times. Northside, sorry, I just checked. Okay, it looks like he's coming. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm still annoyed of Bissouma. Arsenal could have wrapped things up this week with 2 midfielders. Exactly, but we haven't. And yeah, like I said, we need to step it up. 16 likes. Come on, man. It's 121 people watching. People, make sure you like and subscribe, man. Come on, it costs nothing. It doesn't take you off the video. Come on, man. Support your boy. Like and subscribe the video. Help me with the algorithm. Come on, big up to you lot. People I trust rave about him, that he's a Odegaard/Saka backup rather than a left 8. Versatile young cover with very impressive G&A numbers with limited playing time. Not sure why he didn't start more. Listen, I don't need backup, man. Like I said, if he's coming in to be backup, I'm not happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not happy. I'm not. I'm really not. Any Jesus update? I did see something about Gabriel Jesus. Let me get this up now. Hold on a sec, people. Gabriel Jesus. Where is it? Where did it go now? As soon as you try to get the link. There we go. Gabriel Jesus. Arsenal closing in on a move for £50 million rated Gabriel Jesus. What's it saying here? City are holding out for 50 million, the reports claim, and while Arsenal only bid around 30 mil so far, they're expected to push that offer closer to what City are evaluating him at. Jesus is eager to move to the Emirates and keen to work with Mikel Arteta. Yeah, so not that much news and headlines on Gabriel Jesus. You lot, let me know. I mean, do you rate Gabriel Jesus? Do you want him here at Arsenal? Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. For me, they just need to hurry up and get the deal over. If this is the guy that you want, hurry up and get him over the line. And then go for Ivan Toney or go for an Nkunku. Because I'm seeing Nkunku being linked to Chelsea. I'm fuming. Why are they getting Nkunku? I rate Nkunku so highly. These men just finished spending £100 million on Lukaku and they're going out again for Nkunku. You see? Ambition. And yeah, they got it wrong with Lukaku, but they don't have to make it work. If you're not good enough, you're sold. Not like Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, we bought players, they're not good enough, but all of a sudden we have to keep hold of them for some weird ass reason. Too many unknown players coming in, and it's always a gamble if they become very good for Arsenal or not. I do agree, of course, that the last 16 years have been beyond unacceptable. Exactly. Big up to you, Stag, man. Big up Northside. Big up Northside in the chat. Hope you're all good. Can you give us an insight on Fabio Vieira? I was, like I said, I was already speaking on him. And yeah, he's got decent stats and everything. Like I said, I want João Palhinha. João Palhinha is the player that I want coming into Arsenal. Now that we've missed out on Bissouma. Bring me this guy all day, any day. João Palhinha, bring him to Arsenal, man. He's worth a chance. He's not going to be too expensive. Sporting are a selling club. He will definitely, at this stage of his career, 26 years old, want the step up. Defensive midfielder. We definitely need someone above the level of El Neni, of a very good class. I think this guy could be the one. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I don't even care about the signing, to be honest. This will carry us to will this carry us to the promised land right now? God no. Exactly. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Was there any link to Vieira before the news of his signing? If no, it just shows that 99% of the accounts spreading rumors are talking BS. And that's what I said at the start of the show. There was no rumors compared to him. In Porto, today I woke up and yesterday I saw two links. I saw Vitinha from Porto, and I saw Otavio, which I think he's a right winger for Porto. But nobody was talking about Fabio Vieira. Nobody linked him to Arsenal. And look, and this is what I'm saying. Like, this is why I don't get too rattled with the news, because I know that most of them are chatting crap. You're correct, bro. Good day. Big up everyone. We need experienced players to get us out of the latter stages of Europa League and the fight for top four. This is what I'm saying, caramba. But when's this club ever do what we need them to do? When? I can't remember. When's the last time we closed the transfer window and we actually addressed everything that needed to be addressed? This is the pucaria that I'm talking about. This is the merda that I'm talking about, caramba. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to start twerking and start doing a little salsa and everything because we signed Fabio Vieira. At the end of the day, like we say in Portugal, jogador qualquer. Jogador qualquer. He's any player. You know what I'm saying? He's not a special player. Like, come on, let's just be real about it. I no longer pay any attention to these transfer rumor accounts on social media. I just wait till the players turn up on the pitch. I don't blame you. Arsenal always go for players that can't get into their current team. It's mad. It's mad. How they blow in their load, release clause on a one-season guy. It's mad. It's absolutely mad. Yes, Northside. Big up to you, bro. Thank you for tuning in. At least you guys are making moves. We legit have to deal with Lukaku before making some moves. What do you mean at least we're making moves? You guys are getting linked to Nkunku, bro. You lot are making moves, bro. You guys are making moves. We are just making some nonsense. This is the player that we'll link to before today's news came out. We'll link to 60 million euro Porto winger Otavio. 27 years old, obviously plays for Porto. And yeah, that's who was getting linked to. Apparently was going to go in for him. According to Record, which is a newspaper, big news outlet over there in Portugal, that we're in for Otavio. Listen, we might be, but I don't know. Most of these links aren't actually coming through. But yeah, Otavio is somebody that we were linked to, that Arsenal were going to get. And also the second player from Portugal that we were linked to before this news broke out today was Vitinha. Porto president says he will only sell Vitinha if release clause is met amid Man United and Arsenal interest. Reports in Portugal suggest Arsenal are the only club willing to meet the Portugal international's £35 million release clause. United are said to be interested, with Barcelona among those attempting to secure the midfielder's services should they be able to ease financial difficulties. So, yeah, 30 games played, 2 goals, 3 assists, 42 chances created, 1,680 successful passes. Vitinha in the Primeira Liga 2021-22. But yeah, that looks like that's falling through. So listen, all these rumors, man, there's so many flipping rumors. It's actually ridiculous. It's actually crazy. Let me get... listen, I don't want to completely write him off, but I'm not convinced. Do I think he's world class? No. Do I think he improves our chances of getting of being in the title race? No. Do I think he's a top player? No. I think he's a decent player, and until he proves me wrong, that's the way I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? I was happy to see Arsenal do some business because we've been doing fuck all, but at the same time, I'm not gonna overgas it, and I just can't. That pill, like for the Basuma, like to just go to Tottenham, that pill there is still hard to swallow. Like I'm still fuming from that. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, people. Make sure you like and subscribe. I won't be surprised if Emil Smith Rowe leaves in a year or two because he won't ever be able to play Cam with Vieira and Odegaard starting over him. That's a good thing as well. I mean, I think that Emil Smith Rowe is a better number 10 than Odegaard. I think he drives at players. I think he's got better vision. I think he's better in the transition. He's quicker. I think he's got better control. I think he's a better overall player. But Arteta likes to play Smith Rowe more on the left than as a central midfielder. So will he really be competing with Vieira and Odegaard for that number 10 position? I don't think so. And that's just something that we obviously got to talk about. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Big up to you guys. Listen, we got 113 people watching live right now. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. Help me with the algorithm. Come on, people. You know what I mean? Familia in the building. He won't prove anyone wrong because we got Arteta as manager. Great point. Great point, bro. Arsenal scout went on vacations to get laid. What? You think that guy's out there getting prostitutas, like? You think he's out here getting prostituta? Filho da mãe. This Edu's memo uma vaca. He probably is, man. He probably is. You know what I'm saying? It's mad. I would have loved Jean Paulinho to replace Partey now. I'd love the both of them. You know what I mean? Why can't we have the both of them? I see people celebrating like Edu's job is done. It's mad. These guys get so happy and gas over the most minuscule thing. It's actually crazy. Looking at the fixture list, I can see Arteta being sacked at the end of October before the World Cup in November. Listen, I ain't even touched on the fixture list, and I've done it on purpose because I don't care. Do you know what I'm saying? We should be ready regardless. Arsenal should be ready before the season starts. You're supposed to be getting your players in nice and early, give them a preseason, show them what their role is within this squad. Make sure they get a couple of training sessions so they can understand the players around them. They can create a bond with the players around them. They also know what is required of them, what's their position, what the manager's philosophy is, etc., etc., etc. But we don't. We'll wait right to the end. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we got Fabio Vieira right now. But where's the rest of the signings? Because we got another. This club owe me another 6 signings, yeah, and they better pay. They better pay up because I'm sick and tired of it. They said they got a clear plan. They got 6 other players to go and get. I don't want to hear no pucaria. Go out and get the business done. You know what I'm saying? 30 mil for this Fabian Vieira is a no-brainer. We run out of ideas when Odegaard doesn't show up. Look at Newcastle away performances. Yes, just because we need to strengthen that performance doesn't mean that Vieira is the perfect fit for that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, yes, you need to address that position. Doesn't mean that this is the ideal player, though, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that We had to get this guy. Is there nobody else out there that can play number 10? You know what I'm saying? Or can play an attacking midfielder that can play that role. I don't know. Quick drop on unknown player when we could have got a while for cheap, but they want to say Kroenke holding funds or funds not available. It's mad, isn't it? It's absolutely mad. His body is so thick for the his body is so thin for the Premier League. He needs to bulk up. Yeah, he probably does, because he's gonna get clattered a lot more than he does in the Liga Portuguesa. I'll tell you that now, because the Liga Portuguesa is nowhere near as physical as here. Over there in Portugal, anytime you go down, you get touched a little bit, on the floor, like Spain, the whistle goes, free kick. Not over here. Here you're gonna get crushed. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go up against some teams. They're going to crush you. You better get ready. We needed experienced players to get us to the latter stages of the Europa League and fight for the top 4. Exactly. Right mid, your manager should have got sacked so we could get an Eddie Howe or other better manager. But he should have got sacked at the end of the season, man. He failed. But this club wrapped it up because they got no ambition, said that he overachieved. And then said that he hit all the targets, but yet don't want to tell us what the targets are. It's all mad. It's actually mad. The worst thing is Jack is still here. Yeah, bruv. I don't want to talk. I don't want to hear no beef. I don't want to sort it out. I don't want to hear no words. Listen, I don't want to talk about Xhaka right now. That flipping slabhead. I don't want to talk about him right now. Arteta trying to make Arsenal Getafe in Premier League. Minuscule players. Probably. What's up, Northside? ¿Qué pasó, manito? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó, tigre? ¿Qué pasó? What are you telling me? You good, bro? That will be a great signing for Arsenal. 20 league starts in 3 years. Stella. Why are they spending 35 on a Oda backup when we still don't have a proper striker and a backup to Partey? You tell me, bro. You tell me. You tell me. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I don't get what the plan is. This clear plan. I'm still waiting for someone to explain to me what this clear plan is. The clear plan that they told us that they had. Please tell me, what is this clear plan? What is this clear plan? Because I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing us going for players along the same, almost the same levels as Tavares and Lokonga and Tomiyasu. All these players with, potential. When are we going to get the finished article, man? It's always future. When we get players here at this club, it's all future. You know what I'm saying? When it's about winning stuff, in the future. When it's about having a winning team, Project Youth, future. Wait for the future. When is the future coming? When is this future coming, caramba? Because my head right now is hurting. My head now is pounding. When is this future? When is it okay for us to sit here and say, hold on, when are you lot actually going to deliver? Because you promised us so much. When are you lot actually going to deliver? When is it okay for us to criticize you and actually be like, when are you actually delivering? I want to know. I want to know what turns you on. I want to know. If you know that song, you're a real one. You know what I mean? Big tune, big tune. 2 signings in the transfer window, and we're still one Partey and Tierney injury away from being screwed. Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, we got Marquinhos. Is he going to start? Is he going to be rotation for Martinelli and Saka? Okay, cool. We still need rotation for we need 2 players to rotate with our 2 wingers. We've got this guy. Is he going to sit on the bench, or is he better than Odegaard? Don't know. We haven't really addressed that much. When you actually think about it, we didn't actually address that much. But we'll see. We will see. If we can get Sterling, could be better. We still need striker and CDM. Spurs get Basuma for 25 million. Madness by Arsenal. Once again, squandering money. Like you said, if you're going to have to, if you're going to have to kidnap him, are you on your own tonight, brother? Yeah, I'm on my own tonight. Let me put the link out. See if any of you lot want to have your say. Let me put the link out now. In case anyone wants to jump on and have their say. If too many people come on, I'll give you 5 minutes each, and then I'll rotate it depending on how many people actually want to jump in. I've just sent the link out now. Make sure you got your camera on and your mic on, and you're more than welcome to come onto the channel. Arsenal get battered everywhere they go. Arsenal get battered everywhere they go. Everywhere they go. Listen, is what it is. Like, share, subscribe to my brother, the legend Northside. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. 40 likes and subscribe. Big up to everyone liking and subscribing. Make sure you hit the likes, people. Come on, we still got way over 100. Well, still got over 100 people watching live at one point. You know what I mean? Just press the like. Just press the like button. And if you don't like what I'm saying, jump on the channel. The link is out there. Or drop a comment. Tielemans update. Is there a Tielemans update? No, it's not Tielemans that I was going to get into, to be honest with you. Let me see if there's a Tielemans update. Let me see. There's not really much on Tielemans, to be honest with you. It just keeps saying Arsenal confident on signing Gabriel Jesus and Yuri Tielemans. There's no movement on the Tielemans deal. If there is, you guys already know. I will keep you posted. But yeah, it's been a mad thing. Absolute mad thing. Not even wrap things up this week for Basuma. We have had months to get this deal over the line. Exactly. Mad. It's actually mad. What's all those left 8? It's CM or CAM or CDM. Stop complicating dumbness. I don't know. I don't know what a left 8 is. I don't know. Yeah, man. Come on, man. Smash the likes up. Big up to you, man. Consa, you're a real one, man. You know what I mean? Real one. Big up to you, my bro. 50 mil with a year left on his contract is mad. Yeah, it is mad. You know what I'm saying? But this is what they want. They know that we're desperate. Do you know what I'm saying? Just go get Ivan Toney, man. I don't know why we just don't go get Ivan Toney. Like, if we want to play it cheaper, just go get Ivan Toney. I'm a true Arsenal fan. But if we don't give these people time, then we're going to continue crying problems of Arsenal started way back in latter stages of Arsene Wenger. Give them time. Okay, cool. You want to give them time, my bro. Okay, how much time did Tottenham give Conte to turn things around? How long did it take him to turn things around? So how come they were washed? Last season, all the positive Arsenal fans telling me that Tottenham were washed. Tottenham are irrelevant. Tottenham ain't good enough. They're bringing a manager. Within 5-6 months, he turns the whole thing around with only 2 signings. This guy's had over 5 signings, over $250 million spent, and he still can't get it right. And he's been here for now 3 years. How much more time do we need to give? Why is it always when it's Arsenal, we have to keep giving time and patience and time and patience? Fuck all that shit. Yeah? It's a results business. You're not good enough? Goodbye. Get out. That's it. 19 years I've been waiting now. No. One signing ain't going to change my opinion. And a signing that I'm not even fully convinced on. We are really in need of a striker. So the reports were lies. 50 mil for a 1-year contract left. That's called money laundering. Man City fucking us up. Mad. I know, because we can't do business and they know that we're desperate and we always overpay. I guess the Tielemans deal is off now, seen as we're on the verge of getting this guy. Probably. You're probably right. I get the approach with youth players, but as proven last season, they can only take us so far. We need an element of experience and established players in the squad now. Things are getting silly. Bruv, all these super fans that were cussing people like me, calling it out, back your process. Youth project that you lot were backing. Back it. Youth project, yeah? Good luck. Good luck, because I already know it's not going to amount to a Champions League or Premier League. It's time to back it. You know what I mean? I rate Jesus. I would take him, but he's not worth 50 million. Not with 1 year left on his contract. He's not. Osman is a baller. This Vieira looks like a baller as well. 16 assists, 7 goals in like 27 games. I think he's had 6 goals. But yeah, it's easy. It's not easy, but it's calm looking like a baller in the Liga Portuguesa. But can you do that over here? You know, that's the 6th biggest league, and we're comparing that to the best league in the world. You know, there's levels to this. Then we don't move for him. We can sign him for free next year, but Kroenke's charging you astronomical prices for bullshit. I would sell Partey, fuck Partey, bit part player, doesn't do shit on the pitch. Get Paulinho or Marco Silva so we can actually improve and get good normal players and sporting decisions. 118 live in the chat, brat. Come on, man. You already know, my man's putting the work in. I'm telling you, putting the work in. You paid 80 mil for Pepe, but you won't pay 50 mil for Jesus. I never told this club to pay 70, I think it was 70 odd mil for Pepe. I never told them to do that. Just like I never told this club to go out there and play 50 million for Ben White, because Ben White's shit. So listen, and if you're laughing, it's because you know that Pepe as well wasn't worth the money that was spent on him. So why should we spend that on Jesus when he ain't worth that in the market with only a year on his contract? Yes, obviously, if he had 3 years left, 4 years left, then okay, you have an argument there, even though he's not the most clinical striker. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Obviously, Martin here saying, I like the sound of this signing. Mancunian Way says Jesus could go Barca. Hope he does. Yeah, he probably will. They got more pull. You know what I'm saying? We shall need more midfielders to go back to old glory of good midfielders when we had Nasri, Fabregas, and others. Listen, more is not always better. We just need better quality. When we improve and we buy players, we just need top quality players. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what we need. But we don't even have a top quality manager. So what am I saying? Mercury Way, yes, and there was proper fuckery in that deal. None of us think Pepe was worth that much. Exactly what I said, Carl. Big up to you. Nor is Jesus with a year left on his contract. Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? These men are going on like we've got the direct line to flipping the Cronkies and Edu. We didn't want them to do those deals. Just like we didn't want flipping Xhaka to get an extension. We don't want Nketiah to get an extension. Do you know what I'm saying? But we're not in control. What else have we got here? Will this still affect the Tielemans transfer, or am I I'm watching from Uganda. Big up you, bro. Big up you watching from Uganda. I think it will. I don't think we'll go for Tielemans now, but I may be wrong. Jesus, Barcelona, second choice if Lewandowski falls through. Northside, keep up the good work, man. Thank you. Literally every day digging into my personal time to keep bringing you lot consistent content. You know what I'm saying? I promised you lot when I come back from holiday from Valencia, I'll be consistent. It's become daily and consistent. Do you get me? So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're supporting your boy. Do you know what I'm saying? Make sure you're supporting. There is another rumor that came out today. Let's get into it. Let me get this up now. Where is it? Right. Arsenal and Milan target Lang wants transfer to take next step. Club Bruges star Noah Lang suggested he is unaware of Milan transfer advances, but would be open to a move to take the next step amid reported interest from Arsenal as well. Lang has scored 7 goals in 37 Belgian Pro League appearances in 2021-22 campaign as Bruges lifted their 18th league title in history and third in a row. The 22-year-old has also appeared in all 6 of Bruges' Champions League outings, though the Belgian side won just one in a tough group with Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain, and RB Leipzig. He said the agreement with Bruges is that it must come to a transfer. Both parties agree on that. I continue to develop, and so I have to take a step. But I'm not afraid of that. I have to keep developing myself. If I go to a bigger club, I'll probably become a better footballer. Then I train and play with a higher intensity. I only see benefits towards the World Cup. So yeah, looks like the Dutchman wants to come, but it is what it is, man. Is Arsenal really in for him or not? Let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this guy? Should we get him? Should we not? Is he a baller, or do you think he's not? Let me know. Let me know. You know what I mean? What's this? Northside, keep up the work. Big up to you, man. Big up to you, Static, man. He is a £15 million player, Max. Spending like this is why clubs make fun of us. So I'm saying, This is what I'm saying. He ain't worth the money we're spending. I'm not even excited because under this manager, we ain't winning the league. Exactly, Nicholas. Big up to you. We aren't. No matter who we get, even if we get Jesus, even if we got Darwin Núñez, we ain't winning the league under Arteta because he's tactically inept. ESR was the best player in the team this season and was binned out for most of it. ESR was fantastic this season. You know what I'm saying? I really rate this guy, man. Really, really rate him. As a bare minimum, Jesus Tielemans should be the main priority to get done. So our big deals are done, and we can buy a few others after them. Well, I expecting all our signings to be big players, to be honest with you, bro. But I get what you're saying. Odegaard can go as a right attacking mid. So sell Saka. He ain't no Gareth Bale or Kane. Odegaard can go right attacking mid. Bro, I don't know about that. I don't even really rate this guy, bro. Like, I would sell Odegaard before I'm selling Saka. I'll tell you that now. You know what I mean? I'd sell Odegaard. I don't rate Odegaard. So I don't know why we're selling Saka when Odegaard ain't good enough. Do you know what I'm saying? He's the better of the two. So, yeah. What's this chap from Porto like, no side? According to all the top gooners, he's the next best thing coming. Listen, I've seen a little bit from him. I don't think he blew me away. Like I said, he did miss a lot of fixtures out there for Porto. Also, there was times where he didn't even play in the Champions League. So listen, bruv, you already know with this fan base, bro. Like on Instagram and Twitter, they're always going to, oh, look at his legs. Do you remember when these guys, yeah, this is the same fan base, yeah, bigging up Aziz. Why don't we just bring Aziz? Because these men were saying Aziz. These men were talking about Charlie Patino. Do you remember Charlie Patino? Oh, Charlie Patino. Charlie Patino is what we needed. Charlie Patino is going to save us. Charlie Patino is going to get us top 4. Charlie Patino. Oh, everyone's jealous because we got Charlie Patino. And yeah, big up the kid. I remember he did score in his debut, yeah? But stop putting the world... Why do we put now the whole reputation, the whole burden of being one of the biggest clubs in England on the shoulders of youngsters? These guys are supposed to be... They're supposed to be helped through. Not put all this pressure on them. Do you know what I'm saying? What happened to Patino? What happened to Aziz? How come these men are not happy with... Why are these men not protesting that they're not coming into the first team? Because these men big them up like they're the next best thing. I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. It's the diversity and squad depth. These players will have sell on value too. ESR will get games. You get 5 subs next season, remember. Bruv, I don't care about sell-on, bruv. I care about winning the league. I don't care about making profit 5-6 years down the line or 2 years down the line. I want success. I want to buy with the knowledge of Ivan Toney helps us to try and win the league. Do you know what I'm saying? Basuma helps us to try and win the league. You know what I'm saying? Nkunku helps us to try and win the league. Rafinha helps us to try and win the league. Not, oh, let's go and buy this guy. Let's go and buy Fabio Vieira because he may be worth 50, 60 million in a couple of years' time, and we only paid 30 million for him. I don't care about that. This ain't Tesco. Do you know what I'm saying? This ain't T-Mobile. This ain't Carphone Warehouse. This ain't Asda's. This ain't Lidl's. It's not about profit margins. I care about winning. It's a sport. I care about winning, caramba. Do you know what I'm saying? Listen, Lee, listen, I'm not having a go at you. I'm just letting you know how I feel, innit? Big up for the comment, but I don't care about sell-on value. I care about getting players that improve my team and can put us in a position to compete with the elite. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I don't think Man City and Liverpool buy players with the knowledge of, oh, they got sell-on value. Do you know what I'm saying? When Conte's won leagues in Italy and here in the Premier League, when he was trying to create a winning team, he's not thinking, oh, in a couple of years' time, if I buy Lukaku, then he's going to be able to make me this much money. No, he bought players that fit his system, that can win him, that can do the job and win him major honours. That is what it's about. That is it. It's as simple as that. Because Partey, he is unseen. Most of the season, he gets run past by small players. He gets bodied in midfield. He always converting. He tries. I think he should stay. Big up TMV. Love your channel. Work ethic, energy plus raw talk. Thank you, bro. Thank you for your donation. Thank you very much for your donation, man. You know what I mean? Means a lot. And thank you. It's nice, man. I'm not gonna lie to you lot, man. It's nice seeing you lot recognizing the hard work. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I am working 24-hour. I can get called at any time. Flipping out, I better put my phone on charge. That just reminds me. I'll put this phone on charge. If they call me out, then my phone's gonna flipping die. I'm like 30%. Thank you so much for seeing the work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Man's out here. Do you know what I'm saying? I will be doing a lot more collaborations, like I said. Sunday, every Sunday we've got the show Rivals. I'll be on with a Tottenham fan, and that's going to be 8 or 9 o'clock every Sunday. So make sure you stay tuned into that. But yeah, big up to all of you lot. Big up to all of you. What's this here? Oh, look who it is. Special guest. As always. What are you telling me,
brother?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
This is a Mazza. Setting up last minute. I just see you doing a stream, bro. So I thought, fuck it, I'm jumping on. So tell me then, who is this guy that we've have we actually signed him or what? Because I'm in the dark here, mate. Because I've been at work all day, so I ain't got a clue what's going on.
Yeah, so basically he's gonna come over for a medical. I think personal terms and everything's been agreed. The transfer has been agreed as well. I think it's 40 million euros, which will be 35 million pounds. So it's almost all but announced. He's gonna do his medical and then the deal. So he's all but signed, really. He's attacking mid from Porto. So he plays in the Odegaard position. And basically, last season he had 27 appearances, 6 goals, and 14 assists. So he was the highest assister in the Liga Portuguesa. And yeah, basically, before I let you go, we weren't actually linked to him. The 2 Porto players that we were linked to by all these top journos was Vitinha, who plays in midfield, and Otavio, who's a winger for Porto as well. So no one was talking about this guy. No one was talking about Fabio Vieira, but all of a sudden, it's gone through. Fabrizio Romano has also confirmed it as well. So yeah, 22 years old as well.
Okay, so centre attacking midfield, is that a priority all of a sudden? These clowns, mate, they don't know what they're doing, do they? Let's be honest. And unless we go out and get the players that we require in the positions that we require, this is kind of adding to the chances are we probably won't. We're going out and buying attacking midfielders when we need a defensive midfielder, like Basuma, for example. Doesn't really fill me with hope. And it kind of makes me think as well that, they've gone ahead and they've done this deal probably because of the backlash that they received from the fan base, because of the Basuma deal. No doubt all the fans, all the toxic, positive Arteta bumsuckers, they'll be back on, oh, look at this, trust the process. Oh, it's excellent. I've got to be honest with you, I did see the headline, right? And when I see Vieira, I thought, fucking, this is excellent. Patrick Vieira back to manage Arsenal. We've actually sacked that fucking clown. And then I see Fabio Vieira. I'm like, who the fuck's this? But what do we do now, North Side, mate? Do you know what I mean? What do we do?
This guy so far, Brandon.
Is he Brazilian as well, this guy?
No, he's Portuguese. And this is the thing. He's not in the Seleção Portuguesa. So he's not in the national team. Now, I don't fully rate... I don't really rate the Portuguese national team coach. I think he underplays the team that he's got. I don't really rate him that highly. And I do think there's a couple of other players that he missed out. One of them that he missed out that I actually want Arsenal to go and get is called Paulinho. He's a defensive midfielder, a player that I actually have seen play for Sporting Lisbon, 26 years old. 27 appearances and 3 goals. Bear in mind, he is a defensive midfielder. This guy is really, really good. And when he wasn't in the Portuguese national team, a lot of Portuguese people were vexed because they've seen what he's done. And that is a player with a very big reputation right now in Portugal. Darwin Núñez and Paulinho were probably the most touted, spoken about Portuguese players right now. Well, Portuguese players in the Portuguese league. I know Darwin Núñez is from Uruguay, but yeah, this is a play. So for me, if we got Vieira and we got Paulinho, João Paulinho, I would be like, okay, cool, because Paulinho is a very good player. He's in his prime. I've actually seen him. He can distribute the ball. He's got a good pass. He actually got a decent shot on him. So I could see him playing next to Thomas Partey. I think he's got a bit more about his game. I think he's a bit more defensive than Partey. So Partey can play that box to box, because I do think Partey is more box to box than solely defensive midfielder, just, staying and protecting the centre backs. I would be more happy. But at the same time, when I'm looking at this deal, Brandon, I'm looking at, it looks all great, but we've done one deal. Tottenham are onto their second deal. We've done one deal. Man United are on to getting De Jong. We're looking to get. We got this guy. City got Haaland. Liverpool got Darwin Núñez. A lot of people are either got world-class signings or they're on to their second or third signing. So it doesn't look that great. When you're looking at the advancement, we're playing catch-up. So if we're playing catch-up, we need to do a lot more business than the others, and we need to do top-quality business. Because we're playing catch-up, and they're already adding world-class players, if not top-quality level players. And we're bringing in a guy that is very 50-50 whether he can do it in the Premier League or not. Bearing in mind, he missed a lot of matches as well in the Champions League. So I'm very on the fence about this guy. I don't think he's absolute trash. But does he put Odegaard on the bench? I'm not too sure.
It is interesting, really, isn't it? Because if we're buying another attacking midfielder, that also has got to have question marks over the likes of Emil Smith-Rowe, surely. Because I know Arteta prefers to play Smith-Rowe out on the left as sort of cover for Martinelli. When we don't play Martinelli, we play Smith-Rowe. But I think Smith-Rowe is more suited as a number 10, personally. So if we're not playing Smith-Rowe as a number 10 and we're bringing in this guy, I mean, I don't know. It could it mean that we do the typical Arsenal thing and end up selling one of our assets just to pay for some of these players? Do you know what I mean? Like, because let's be honest, Smith-Rowe had a good season last season, but Arteta didn't really use him that much when he come back from his injury. He was sat on the bench quite consistently. And even when Martinelli wasn't playing that great, he didn't really look to use Emil Smith-Rowe too much. So it could spell trouble for Emil Smith-Rowe, possibly. But I'm miffed about this football club, mate. I really am. I'm absolutely miffed about it. I can't understand it. I don't get it. Like,
this was, someone left a comment, Brandon. I think this kind of hit the nail on the head. Was this a panic buy? Because we know that the club look at the social media and what the fans are thinking. And let's be real, whether people were Arteta in or Arteta out, when that Basuma news dropped for Spurs, all Arsenal fans were angry because of the amount that they've paid for him was more than affordable for Arsenal. We're actually paying more for this guy than they're paying for flipping Basuma, and he's Premier League proven. And the wages aren't anything astronomical. It's literally a player that we've been linked to transfer window after transfer window. And people are looking at it and it's like, well, did you guys just pull Fabio Vieira out your ass because you knew that the fan base is starting to get really angry and frustrated at the lack of business and transfer movement?
Yeah. How old's this guy as well? Fabio Vieira, whatever his name is.
Fabio Vieira, he's 22 years old. So he's Fitz Project Youth.
Fitz Project Youth. It's another player that, will follow instructions from Mikel Arteta, somebody who probably won't look down his nose at the manager. We can both see what's going on here. But I'll be honest with you, Northside, I was on a couple of spaces on Twitter last night. I know it's not really the place to be, but honest to God, some of the and they call themselves Arsenal fans, some of these people, the amount of crap they was coming out with, it was unreal. Like, I was hearing, I can't remember what it was now, but it didn't half crack me up. It made me right. It's like, what are you on about, bruv? And this kind of might sound like a bit of a weird analogy, so bear with me on this one. You know when you got an important meeting, yeah, and you've got to be up for this important meeting, right? So you set an alarm, but it's going to be early, right? But then the alarm goes off, and you just keep pressing snooze, snooze, snooze. Yeah, this is the Arsenal fan base in a nutshell, because Mikel Arteta, first season, not full season, but first season, finishes 8th. That's all right. We'll press the snooze button on that one. Yeah, finishes 8th in his second season. Well, it is what it is. We'll press the snooze button on this one. Yeah, finishes 5th last season after having 4th in his hands. Yeah, with 6 points clear with 3 games to go, and we're sitting here pressing snooze yet again. Like, when are the alarm bells going to start ringing? When are people going to wake up and think, "Fuck, the alarms are going off"? How many more years are we going to see the same old crap? Same old crap. I can guarantee you, and everybody in the chat right now, that the moment that our first game of the season kicks off, and I didn't see the fixture list either. I believe that's Crystal Palace, though. Am I right?
Yeah, Crystal Palace. Yeah.
I guarantee you right now, when we go and play a Palace away, we won't be prepared for the season. We won't have the players that we need. We won't have the players we need, because even when you look into it and you look at last season, we lost the first 3 games of the season because we went into the season unprepared. Yet again, it's just a constant cycle with Arsenal. So, yeah, I think you're right, mate. I think the Arsenal hierarchy have seen the uproar from the Arsenal fans, and this is a panic buy, because there was a lot of Arsenal fans. Even, I'll give them credit as well. Even the Arteta in fans were sitting there saying, you got teams down the road like, Spurs and that, doing business, and we're doing absolutely fuck all yet again. It's like, how do we expect to catch them and Chelsea, God forbid, catch fucking Liverpool and Manchester City, yeah, when we're just sat on our hands and they're constantly improving their team all the time? And they're right. They are right. I'll give them credit for that. But, I believe as well that, like I've said before, and I know you say it as well, the fans have more power than what they think they have. The fans, right? I've noticed, especially like on these spaces and stuff like that, the majority of the Arteta in fans and the majority of the fans that back this process seem to think that they don't have any power to do anything about it. The amount of times I heard yesterday, but we can't do anything about it as fans because, Stan Kroenke and Josh Kroenke, they're only here to make money and they'll do what they like. But the thing is like I had to point out to a few of them yesterday, Liverpool don't have good owners. Yeah? Even Spurs don't have good owners. Who gives a shit whether you've got a good owner or not? All we care about as fans is what happens on the pitch. You only need 2 areas of the football club to be world class. You need a world class manager and a world class recruitment system. If you've got a world class manager and a world class recruitment system, lo and behold, you'll end up with world class players on the pitch, because that is what happens, right? That's what we're going to start seeing at Tottenham as well. I'm looking at players that Tottenham are bringing in, and yeah, okay, none of them are world class, but give Conte a little bit more time, and you'll start to see world class players. You'll start to see top class players wanting to go to Tottenham. Yeah, guarantee you, right? And that's because they've got a world class recruitment team in place, headed by what's his face, that Patrici guy. Then you've got Antonio Conte, a world class manager. In turn, you're going to start to see proper results on the football pitch. That is all we need to do as Arsenal fans. Put pressure on these owners to put the correct people in charge of the football inside of the club. Right now, we have Edu Gaspar, who, despite what everybody thinks about him, if we go off his experience, right, he's got no experience. He don't know what he's doing. The guy's been a technical director for the Brazilian national team. It's not like he has to sign players for the Brazilian national team, is it? So it's not like he has to identify anybody. You know, the Brazilian team will call up who they fucking want. You know, whoever's playing well at that time, they call them up. It's not a difficult job to do. Then you've got Mikel Arteta, who, for some reason, Pep Guardiola is arguably the greatest, definitely one of the greatest managers of this decade, maybe even ever.
Yeah.
But just because this guy has sat on his lap, doesn't mean he's fit to lace the boots. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't understand where we're going as a football club. I don't understand where the fans as well. This is the thing that worries me the most. The fans that are not like me and you, the fans that are like Fuad, yeah. This is why I'm so worried about Arsenal, because I don't understand where the fans think we're going. Where do they think we're going? Where do they think we're going? The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the results and what has happened. Let's just go back to Arsene Wenger, yeah? Arsene Wenger leaves Arsenal Football Club. When he leaves Arsenal Football Club, we finished 5th. Yeah, we had, 1 or 2 seasons in the Europa League under him, right? So the downfall was already starting to happen. Unai Emery comes in, and because he's a good manager, he gets the best out of the players that he has at his disposal at the time. He gets us 5th place. Okay, you know, he made 1 or 2 mistakes in his managerial time at Arsenal. Like, for example, in my opinion, he cost us top 4 by deciding to play Mohamed El Neni and fucking Carl Jenkinson at Crystal Palace. Yeah, that cost us top 4. Then, you know, we go into the Europa League final. A lot of us think that we're going to slap Chelsea about because of the state that they was in under Maurizio Sarri at that time, and we get absolutely ruined. But the point being is, a good manager gets the best out of the players that he has at the time, and Unai Emery did that for Arsenal. He finished 5th with that same crop of players that Arsene Wenger had, barring 1 or 2 players that he'd managed to bring in at the time. This guy, on the other hand, has had £250 million to spend. He's pretty much overhauled the entire squad, and we still can't get 4th. So
it's mad, isn't it?
How are fans looking at this thinking, "Oh, but it's progress"? Progress?
No, I got a comment. I had a comment by somebody saying that, we needed someone in the attacking midfield position, and this player, Vieira, could cost us 50, 60 million in the future. I'm thinking, first of all, what manager did Conte, when he was building the team at Chelsea and at Inter, did he buy players thinking, maybe in 5-6 years, this player could be worth 50, 60, 70 million? No, he didn't.
Even at Tottenham, bro. Even at
Do you know
Tottenham.
what I'm saying?
He comes
exactly,
into Tottenham.
The Kulusevski. Even when you look at
Tottenham, right?
Does this guy look like he's going to have the same impact as a Kulusevski? You know what I'm saying?
Because
that's the whole point of bringing players in.
The point is Conte comes into Tottenham. He identifies their problem areas and he addresses them first. At that time, Tottenham, you know, they've always had Kane and Son. You know, Kane and Son have been the main 2. But if you nullify Son and you nullify Kane, you nullify Tottenham. Antonio Conte knows this. So he brings in a player like Kulusevski, who nobody really expects to do bits, but he's doing bits because Conte's worked with him before. He knows how to get the best out of the guy. Same with Bentancur. You know, he knows that Tottenham's weakest area is midfield. He brings in them 2 players, and everybody's looking, thinking, yeah, they're okay, but, you know, they're probably not enough to get you top 4. And he gets them top 4 because he's addressed 2 problem areas. Arsenal, for as much as I don't rate Martin Odegaard, Arsenal don't have a problem area in attacking midfield. We've got Martin Odegaard, for as poor as what I think he is, and I don't think he's that great at all. I think he absolutely disappears when, you know, he gets pressed or when he comes up against a decent midfield, right? But the point is he is a threat when he's got the ball and when he's got time on the ball. Then you've also got Emil Smith-Rowe that can play that position as well. We don't need an attacking midfielder right now. We need a defensive midfielder like Bissouma. Yeah, we need a defensive midfielder that can fill in for Thomas Partey when he inevitably gets injured again this season.
Are you saying this if we're only going to buy limited players? So if the club's only going to buy about 4 or 5 signings and not buy the whole 7 or 8 that we need, then we should be prioritizing other positions, because you can play
100%,
Odegaard as a 10, you can play Smith Rowe as a 10.
100%, bro. At the end of the day, I look at it like this. Arsenal Football Club have a history of not getting the amount of players that were required. I'll sit here right now and I'll say we need a minimum of 6, maybe 7 players. You'll say the same thing, right? Knowing Arsenal, they'll go out and get 3, maybe 4, right? Because that's what we do at Arsenal. So if they're going to go out and get 3, maybe 4, I would rather they address the positions in which we need that, 3 or 4 players. I'd rather they go out and get a left back to cover for Kieran Tierney, proper cover for Kieran Tierney. None of this Nuno Tavares shit, right? Proper cover for Kieran Tierney when he inevitably gets injured. Because anybody who sits there and thinks that Kieran Tierney is going to spend the entire season next season completely fit, you're off your heads. Because ever since he's been at Arsenal, he's not been fit for an entire season. Same with Thomas Partey. So you need cover in them 2 areas. You also need an upgrade on Granit Xhaka. We have done for fucking years. Yeah? Then you could argue as well that with Tomiyasu, I mean, maybe it's first season syndrome and that, and he's getting used to the pace of the league. But you could argue that he also spent quite a lot of time out, injured last season. So do we need somebody to come in who's a little bit more of a better backup than Cedric? Yes, probably. Then 100% we need 2 strikers minimum. And if you're not going to get 2 strikers, you need to get a striker and a winger. But then at the same time, you look at it again. Do we need 2 strikers? Could we get away with 1 striker? Maybe. Maybe it's pushing it. And what's more important? 2 strikers and keeping Eddie Nketiah out of the team? Yeah, because he's not that great. But then at the same time, you can't play Bukayo Saka for 38 games of a season every fucking season. So you need a winger as well. So that's, 4, 5, 6 positions in which we need cover or we need an upgrade. And Arsenal are buying an upgrade, or, well, we don't know whether he's an upgrade or not, but another potentially good player in a position where we've already got 2, decent enough options there. Like, it doesn't make no sense to me.
You know what's funny? Hopefully he doesn't turn out like this. Atlanta set for transfer talks with Arsenal over struggling Gunners star Nuno Tavares. What happened? What happened, Arteta? I thought he was class. I mean, he's one of your signings. We got rid of Kolasinac. Why is he no better? Why? Remember how they were gassing up how he spent the 150 million? Listen, and this is why I can't overly gas. Yeah, for Fabio Vieira, because Fabio Vieira could turn out like another Tavares or Lokonga that needs to go out on loan after a couple of months. We'll go into the flipping January transfer window and we're looking to loan him out. The only real player that nobody can, is undisputable, that none of us can say is a good signing that we made out of that 150 mil, was a signing nobody wanted, which was the goalkeeper, Ramsdale. Everybody else, there's a question mark. Tomiyasu, question mark. Ben White, complete question mark. Lukonga, Tavares, all of them.
To be fair, though, you could even say there's question mark over Ramsdale, because for as good as what he has been for us this season, you look at his drop off towards the end of the season, and I know a lot of that probably has to do with the fact that he had an unsettled defense in front of him because we was constantly chopping and changing because of injuries and stuff like that. But at the same time, you got to remember that the guy's come in on a high. He's come in to try and prove himself. He's got that number 1 spot. I'm not saying he's a bad player or anything like that, but if he continues on that form to what he showed us at the end of the season and what he's now showing us with England, mate, he could end up being another one that's, a 1-season wonder, has a 1 good season and then falls apart. Do you know what I mean?
This comment here, why is everyone on a downer? We need squad depth. Bro, Squad depth. We need starting 11 that can actually compete with the top. When Liverpool built their squad, yeah, they didn't bring Mane to be squad depth. They didn't bring Salah to bring squad depth. You know what I'm saying? Firmino wasn't there for squad depth. You know what I'm saying? Fabinho wasn't there for squad depth. They didn't bring Van Dijk for squad depth. So why is it that everybody else brings players in to come into a starting lineup? Kulusevski wasn't there for squad depth. You know what I'm saying? Bentancur wasn't there for squad depth. You know what I mean? Lukaku, yeah, it didn't work out, but he was brought in not for squad depth. Werner wasn't. Why is it only us that we need? Oh, yeah, but squad depth, squad depth. Bro, that's the problem why we've got so much squad depth. We got two center. We had Callum Chambers and Holding. Both of them were squad depth. Neither of them were good enough. So when the players that you think are good enough get injured, you got so much squad depth, but all of it is shit. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why midfield is shit. We had strikers. The only one that was good was Aubameyang. After that, it was squad depth strikers. Yeah? Was Nketiah good enough? Was Lacazette good enough? These are all squad depth. Yeah? When you try to always buy players that comfortably and easily get into your first team, then you keep buying better than that, your squad depth becomes elite. Then you become like Bayern Munich. Look at Bayern Munich. Their bench looks like, you wouldn't even say their squad depth. You know what I'm saying? That their second team could win a league somewhere else. Their second team can win them the league because the level's so high. Why do we always have to make an excuse as to why everything has to be? Why do we always have to polish a turd? Why?
Yeah, you see the same thing happening, over at Merseyside as well. Liverpool, yeah, they've got Firmino, they've got Salah. At this present moment in time, unless it's a done deal with Bayern Munich, I don't know. But at this present moment in time, they've got Mane. That didn't stop them from bringing in Luis Diaz. That hasn't stopped them from bringing in Darwin Núñez. It's all about bringing in quality players and creating that sense of, what's it called? Competition for places. You know what I mean? If you've got competition for places, you're always going to get the best out of the players that you've got. Because, say for example, I don't know, let's say we bring in Yuri Tielemans, yeah, and Granit Xhaka comes out of the side. Yuri Tielemans knows that if he don't perform well, Granit Xhaka's straight back in the side. Not saying that Granit Xhaka is a good player or anything like that, but he's straight back in the side. Then all of a sudden you start to see a push. And, if you bring in a better player than Tielemans, then the competition for places becomes between Tielemans and then the other player. And then you start to see the push between them two. It's the same at Manchester City. Look, think about Manchester City, right? They've got all them quality players. You would surely sit there and think that, all the ones that are sat on the bench, every now and again or most games of the week, for Manchester City, you'd have thought that half of them would be handing in transfer requests. Half of them would be, unhappy because of the amount of playing time that they're getting. But they're not. They're not unhappy. And the reason being is because they know competition for places. They know that if they perform and the player they're competing against isn't performing, they're in the team. And then it works like that. That's how it's going to work at Liverpool as well. That's why Liverpool, the closest team to Manchester City at the moment, because of the amount of squad depth and quality of squad depth that they have, because of the players they brought in. Like, think about it again. At the time, Liverpool had Naby Keita and Jordan Henderson. That didn't stop them from bringing in Fabinho and Thiago. Competition for places. You got Van Dijk, right? And Matip. But again, didn't stop them from bringing in Kanate. Competition for places. And then whenever you do get an injury, sorry about that, I don't know, Sizzy is going by the window here, but whenever you get an injury, then you start to see that the quality doesn't drop. At the moment, we're in a position where Thomas Partey gets injured, the quality in midfield absolutely drops off a cliff. We've got the same situation at left back as well with Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney gets injured, the quality at left back drops off a cliff. And That's Arsenal's problem. Stop
Try to
buying
play
players.
Xhaka in that position.
This is it. Stop buying players for squad depth. Oh well, we've got Thomas Partey in that position, so we don't need Basuma. No, we do need Basuma. We need Basuma to push Thomas Partey to be better. We need Basuma to step in if Thomas Partey gets injured. So then you're not getting a drop off in quality. But no, not at Arsenal. We sit there, we allow our neighbours to go out and get them for 1 million quid, and we'll go and buy this Portuguese guy who nobody really ever heard of before, unless you watch the Portuguese league, right? And we'll spend £10 million more on this guy. But, he's not Premier League proven. We don't know what he's going to be like. Oh, and on top of that, he's an attacking midfielder. Like, make that make sense, Arsenal. Seriously.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. Let's get the fixtures. I saw everyone getting upset about the fixtures. The fixtures. I couldn't care less about the fixtures. You know what I'm saying? People crying about the fixtures, Brandon. Yeah, this is my take on it, real quick. Real quick. I do not care when we play who we play. I couldn't give a crap. We have to play everyone twice anyway. And if you want to be the best, you got to face them anyway. You can't go on there. If we do our business, the reason a lot of people are shaking is because all these positive Arteta-ins and Project You flipping disciples, they don't really believe and trust this process. And they know that we're going to go into this, like you said, Brandon, unprepared. And now that's why they're fearing. Why do you care when we play City? Why do they care when we play Man United? Do you know what I'm saying? They're all looking at the flipping month of October. You got Tottenham, Liverpool, Leeds, Man City, Southampton, Nottingham Forest. So who cares? We're supposed to be ready for them in the first place. You got to play them anyway. So when's the perfect time? It all changes. It's all relative. If we're picking up maximum points in August, September, all the way before October, then everyone will be like, okay, cool, we've picked up maximum points. If we haven't, then everyone's going to be panicking. But at the end of the day, you need to perform week in, week out. Like, I don't care. Get what we need in, and then we could be a lot more positive going into October, where you got Tottenham, Liverpool, Man City. You know what I'm saying? A month like that. What do you make of it?
Yeah, it's all a load of crap, mate. You're exactly right. Why does it matter when we play these teams? At the end of the day, no time is the right time. Do you know what I mean? Like, for all we know, right? Let's just say that we had Liverpool on the second game of the season. Then we had Man City on the 5th game of the season, right? But we went into them games unprepared like we do. Then really, it's not the best time to be playing them, is it? Do you know what I mean? Like, we could go into October and be playing against City and Liverpool, and all these teams in a row. And for all we know, Liverpool could have like 4 or 5 injuries to their key players. So it's not about the right time. It's more just fucking pull your socks up, do what you need to do, stop complaining, right? Get the players in that we need, and make sure we're prepared for the season. That is as simple as it gets. It's not about playing teams at the right time. No, you're never going to pick a right time to play a team. At the end of the day, you've got to play them all twice. Just fucking get on with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, the season list and the fixture list is what it is. You don't hear other teams complaining, other fans complaining. Do you know what I mean? It's only Arsenal fans, and it's right. It's right what you said. I believe it's because a lot of these fans don't really trust the process. Do you know what I mean? They know what Arsenal are like. They know that we're probably going to go into this season unprepared again. So, it'll be what it will be, mate, innit?
It's mad. Listen, we got this Christopher. You're not watching the Portuguese league and therefore don't know Vieira. How can you judge him then? So, okay, let me tell you this. I watch more Benfica matches than you do, but judging by your name, you ain't Portuguese, because I am, and I would know by your name. You ain't. And that O that you've got, you're probably from Norway or somewhere like that. Big up to your nation. Second of all, So I can't have an opinion because I don't see the player play. I've seen him play in about 2 or 3 matches. I told you that I only judge a player if I only give an absolute verdict on a player if I've already seen them play 5 or 6 games. I have not seen him. He doesn't play for my Portuguese team. He plays for my rivals. Yeah. So how come somebody like you probably has an opinion on Darwin Núñez going to Liverpool? How come somebody like you probably had an opinion of Lukaku? Well, okay, Lukaku came from this league. But don't tell me that every player that comes into this league you don't have an opinion on. So what? So if you have not seen a player, you're not able to have an opinion. The thing is, I don't exaggerate. If I'm not sure of a player, I say I'm not sure based off of what I've seen. I'm not convinced. I'm not excited. And one thing I can say for sure is that the player is not world class. I wanted world class. Fuba told me that we would get Champions League level, we would get world class players coming in this transfer window. That I don't think that Marquinhos and Fabio Vieira are world class. So what are you talking about? If anything, I'm not going online. I'm not coming on here like all these Arteta sexuals and coming in and saying, oh, look at his XG and AG and all these Gs and look how many assists he got and highest assist in Portugal and this and that. Nobody was talking about this guy up until today. We signed him. Nobody was talking about him. Everyone was noshing off about Vitinha. Everyone was talking about Tielemans and Basuma. Nobody was talking about this guy. So at the end of the day, I don't get what your point is because everyone has an opinion. What is my opinion right? Well, we'll see with time. We will tell.
Let me ask Christopher this, right? to put it quite bluntly and politely to you, right? He says you're not watching the Portuguese league and therefore don't know, so how can you judge him? I'm not judging him. I'm judging the football club. Because at the end of the day, Christopher, if we had to ask you and you had to be completely honest with yourself, did we need a player like this Vieira guy? Or did we need a player like Basuma? If I asked you that question and you had to be completely and utterly honest with yourself, regardless of what you think about me and Northside and anybody else, surely Vieira would not be even on your lips. It wouldn't even be on your list. Because you know, as well as we do, that attacking midfield is not a priority. So, knowing Arsenal and how they move in the transfer market, which is very slow, we tend to not get the amount of players that we need. We're better off addressing the areas of the pitch in which we are desperate for players than trying to buy more players for a position that we're not desperate for. At the end of the day, you've got Martin Odegaard. I don't rate the guy, but you've got him. You've got Emil Smith-Rowe that can play that role. You know what I mean? You've got 2 players of a decent enough quality that we don't need this guy. We don't need this guy. We don't. Look, he might end up being a gem. Who knows? He might end up coming in and absolutely tearing it up. And I hope he does. But let's be honest here. If we get him, which it looks like we are going to, and it ends up costing us because we don't get another player in a position that we are desperate for, is it good business, Christopher? Is that good business? Come on.
Christopher, please, I'd love your opinion. I mean, at the end of the day, I think Twitter, YouTube channels, the YouTube community, the comments, the videos, putting the link up, is for people's opinions. Now, I never claimed to be an expert. And this is the problem. Arsenal fans claim to be an expert about every player that comes through the door. Tavares, Odegaard, all these guys, bruv, they probably didn't even know of before coming to Arsenal. I'm giving a fair opinion based off of what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? And if you have a different opinion, please let me know. At the end of the day, it is my channel, so I'm here to give my opinion and put out you guys' opinion. So please, Christopher, you look like you're from Norway or something. Do you have knowledge in every player that's your national player? I'm just saying. I don't get it. Like, you can't win with Arsenal fans. It's like they want you to overgas everything. If I was overgassing, people would be happy. I'm not going to overgas a player I don't know that well and a player that doesn't even get into my national team. I can't. I'm on the fence because on one side, he's got good stats in the league, but he's not playing for he's not even in the national team. What is going on?
This is it,
What
though,
is
mate.
going
This
on?
is it. Like half of our fan base, the toxic positive ones. A lot of them, like I say, they was on Twitter Spaces last night with me, and a lot of them, the one thing that a lot of them used to, come out with was, "I'm sick of the negativity. Why are you like, okay, you say we're over positive and we're toxic positive, but you lot are too negative. Why can't we be optimistic as Arsenal fans?" And I said, optimistic. Surely for us to be optimistic, that means the club has to give us something to be optimistic about, you dickhead. Like, do you know what I mean? It is common sense, is it not? If we go at, like, for example, you think back to I can't remember what year it was now, but you think back to that transfer window that Arsenal signed Mesut Ozil. Yeah, every Arsenal fan was gassed. Mesut Ozil, top player at that time, joining from Real Madrid. We broke our transfer record to get him as well. You know, it looked like we were starting to make moves in the transfer window. Every single Arsenal fan was gassed. And you know why? Because the club give us something to be optimistic about. But for the past 4 or 5 years, the club have given us nothing to be optimistic about. Let's be completely honest. Nothing. Every season we go into unprepared. We're buying players that may be good in the future, rather than, buying players that we should be buying for the now. We're not achieving our targets that we should be achieving. Arsenal Football Club, at the very, very minimum, should be qualifying for Champions League football every single season. And we're not doing that. So what is there to be optimistic about? Come on. Tell me.
Well, Chris has got the answer for us. Thank you again for your comment. I think we can all accept the club to have scouted the player 100%. They've decided to go and get him for a pretty heavy sum of money. I don't know him this morning, but I trust this is a well. Okay, cool. I'll allow you because I know that English probably isn't your first language, yeah? I get what you're trying to say. Okay, cool. So if you trust that they've scouted the player really well, how come they didn't scout Lacazette properly? Because he hasn't been a clinical striker since he's been here. How come? Well, look. Let's look more recent. Let's look at Davaj, or let's look at Tomiyasu or Ben White or Lukonga. Would you say the club scouted them really, really well? Do you think they're really good signings that we had? Okay, let's look even further back. Debussy, yeah. What about the business there? Was he a good player? Yeah. Wellington Silva, yeah. Was he a good player? Would you say the club really scouted that player really well? Yeah. Gabriel Paulista scouted the player really well. Would you say? Yeah. Lucas Perez, yeah. Really good scouting from Arsenal as well. Okay, let's go on. Asano, another player we bought. Yeah. Would you say, Chris, that we scouted that player really well? Yeah. Okay. Danny Welbeck. Okay, cool. Would you say that was that was good scouting from Arsenal? Mkhitaryan. Yeah. Koscielny, Mustafi, Socrates, David Luiz, Mesut Ozil. Yeah. Callum Chambers. Most of those players I've just said, not only were they not good enough, Christopher, for Arsenal Football Club, the majority of them are the reason our business around those players made us lose £336 million worth of transfer money. So why are you trusting this club so much? I've just told you the business we've done now in recent times, back 6 years ago. And if I go further than 6 years ago, I'd love to see how much more money we've lost. Let's go back. Let's do the whole span since we haven't won the league. I wonder how much money we've lost. How many bad signings we've got across the line. Yeah? How many times we've been done over. Would you say when we paid more money for Xhaka than Chelsea did for Kante, would you say that was good business? Would you? I'd love to know. Would you say the business that we've done, because we spent more money than Liverpool, would you say our business has been better than Liverpool? Because how much they didn't break the bank for Salah. They didn't break the bank for Firmino. They didn't break the bank for Mane. They didn't break the bank for most of their team, apart from their goalkeeper and their centre back. They didn't break the bank. Yeah, but I'm supposed to just accept it and just be positive. Christopher, please, I'm waiting. How have things changed over? He's got another thing here. The club's hierarchy has changed several times, hasn't it? Yeah, it's changed, and it's the same shit. Because I've just told you the last couple of signings we made, and they ain't been good enough. The 150 mil ain't been good enough. You can look at that and call back to times when we bought Shamak, when we bought Welbeck. It's the same level of crap because these players are now being put on loan. So listen, nothing personal, bro. But you've got to bring a proper argument when you come to me because nothing has changed. And yeah, you can say there's a new manager and the new owners. No, they're doing the same crap that led to failure. This is why we're no closer to winning the league. Brandon, am I making any sense?
No, I agree. I do agree. And look, Christopher, you are right. The club's hierarchy has changed several times, but nothing has changed in terms of our business in the transfer market. We are still slow. We are still poor when it comes to signing players. When it comes to selling players, we're even worse. You know what I mean? And getting money for players as well. When it comes to the amount of money that we pay players in terms of wages as well, we're poor at that up until recently as well. You know, we overpay players for what they actually are. So while I understand what you're saying, and look, I get what he's coming from as well, because that is led by the owner of the football club. Do you know what I mean? If the hierarchy continues to change, but nothing on changes in terms of where we go and what happens in our transfer strategy, that has to come back to the owner. But this is, again, where my argument lies with, well, as a fan base, we need to do something about that, surely. You know, this is where my argument lies, where if you can, get a world-class recruitment system in place and a world-class manager, everything else will follow. You know, if you had world-class people in the recruitment department, they wouldn't allow players to run down their contracts at Arsenal. They wouldn't allow Arsenal to pay £200,000 per week to a player like Lacazette who don't score 20 goals in a season. They wouldn't offer stupidly excessive amounts of money of a new contract to the likes of Aubameyang, who's in a decline, getting older, but he's in a decline, right? These are all silly things that Arsenal Football Club do. And it is led by the owner, so the owner has to come under major criticism for that. But at the same time, nobody can sit there and say that Arsenal haven't spent money over the years. We have. We just spend it awfully. And the problem is, until the fans wake up, stop hitting that snooze button. Yeah, finally wake up. Let the alarms start ringing, right? Because they've been ringing for the likes of me and Northside for a long time, right? When you lot finally wake up and realise what is going on and decide that you want to do something about it, then maybe we might get somewhere. But until then, yeah, me and Northside, we're not going to change. Lee Gunner won't change. Other fans, that think the same as us, they won't change either, because we know what is going on at this football club. We've seen it time and time and time again, and we'll continue to keep telling you lot until you wake up, because we want what's best for the football club. Too many people, too many people are more bothered about, oh, look at me, I've got the new merch. Oh, look at me, I'm back at the Emirates again. Oh, look at me, I've got the exclusive with this person. Oh, Saka, he's my favourite player in the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, forget all of that. Forget all of that. Northside. How old are you, Northside?
How old am I?
Yeah.
I'm turning 30 in August.
You're turning 30 in August. So we're of a similar age then, because I'm 26. So you're a little bit older than me. Me and Northside will tell you that our favourite players at Arsenal are no doubt the likes of Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, But the difference is they was all winners. Do you know what I mean? They won things for Arsenal. You're not going to sit there in 10, 15 years' time and say, who's your favourite Arsenal player of all time? You ain't going to get somebody sit there and say Andre Santos. You know what I mean? You ain't going to get someone sit there and say Philip Senderos. You know what I mean? You're going to get the winners, the people that, push this club further. And we keep investing in all this youth and promising that things are going to happen in the future. It's all bollocks.
Look at his argument. Look at his argument, Brandon. We can't get any worse at selling players. Yeah, we can't get any worse because we let all our record signings go away for free. You can't do any worse than that. You can't do any worse than flipping letting their contracts run down and let them walk for free. What do you mean? Is that the standard you're at? You're measuring it from the lowest standard. You're saying, we can't get any lower. Of course, you can't get lower than the lowest standard because you're letting your biggest assets walk away for free. I'm sorry. We got big Jay-Z saying we can't cap over that. It's a new regime. They need a chance. Bro, there's no time for chances, bro. It's 19 years. Unfortunately, they have to take the burden of the last regime that hasn't been good enough. Yeah. And when we're not seeing any progress on this new regime, then what is there to be behind? You're talking about, they need a chance. They've put a manager in Arteta that's had 3 years. He's still yet to get into the top 4. Tottenham was sinking like the Titanic. Bringing Conte, 5 months, they reached their goal, top 4 done. How is it done, you will ask me? How? Yeah? How? Because they get a man that knows how to win, that has the experience to win, that is qualified for the job role that he's applied for. When we have an apprentice. So don't tell me that they need a chance. This is the problem. You guys want to make excuses. The last one I'll get into, and Mkhitaryan stats for Roma are pretty decent. Just to bring some balance to the convo. Okay, cool. So are we going to judge what Premier League failures do in other leagues? Okay, cool. All right, cool. So Foyth is doing very well out there in Villarreal. What did he do in the Premier League? Lukaku, everyone's calling him a flop. Why? He banged in the most goals for Inter Milan. So why are you judging him? We're going to judge players, the flops of the Premier League. We're going to judge them what they did in other leagues. So why are you judging him? Falcao came over to Man United and Chelsea and flopped. But apparently, you can't judge him because he banged in goals for Porto and he banged in goals for Atletico Madrid. What are you talking about?
Shevchenko.
The examples go on. You can't say. So you're trying to tell me, because they did well in an inferior league, you can't judge them for what they've done in the Premier League. I'm judging. My club plays in the Premier League. I'm judging what you do in the Premier League. I don't care if you go to Germany, Portugal, Spain, whatever, France, and smash it there. What do you do when you were here? Nothing. So I'm going to judge you here. Bro, I don't get it. What kind of argument are you trying to bring to the table?
You're getting some proper, dud fucking weirdos in the chat, mate. Jordan Davis. Apparently we're clueless, mate. We're clueless.
Okay, we're clueless, but why can't you form an argument? Because I can form an argument to any crap that you got to say. If you want to be rude, I'll get rude. Because I know I can form any argument to anything you got to say because you're talking rubbish. I don't get it, bro. If you don't have to agree with me or Brandon, but bring in a proper argument because I'm not skipping none of the crap that the Arteta-ins, what you guys seem like Arteta-ins, are trying to pose to me. So please put something. Please, because I'm waiting. I'm here for the smoke. Exactly. I'm waiting for you, but you want to be a keyboard warrior, Jordan. You don't want to show your face and you don't want to come on. The link is there. Listen, let me put the link. Do you want to come on? Yeah? No, you don't. You don't want to show your face. But let me put the link anyway, because I'm not the one hiding. Yeah? These guys are clueless. Jordan, why don't you set up a YouTube channel? Why don't you do what we're doing? Yeah? Let's see what you think.
Right? I wouldn't mind some of these fans, and their opinion if they actually defend what they've got to say. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to sit here and not allow these fans who think that we're wrong for our opinion and they have their own view on things. I'm not going to sit here and go in on them for it. I want to know what they're feeling. I want to know what they're thinking, because at the end of the day, in my opinion, if you're with what this football club is doing and you're with this process, you need your head tested. You really do. You need your head testing. But the point is like Northside just said, I'm quite happy, and Northside's quite happy to have a debate with any one of you. Any one of you that trust this process, any one of you that, that think that we're wrong in the things that we say. And that's all it will be. It won't be a slagging match. It will just be a debate, right? But the point is, whenever we say that to any of you, you all go running. You all go running. Do you know what I mean? You all go running because you don't have an argument to form, a proper argument with us. Because like Northside just said, anything that you lot say, we can form an argument against that. But what are you going to say to us when we say, okay, the results are the results. The proof is in the pudding. The league table does not lie. Arteta's finished 8th and 5th. Is that good enough for Arsenal Football Club? Come on, somebody tell me.
Look at it. Jordan, listen. You pick who you want to debate, whether it's me or Brandon, and you can jump on.
Not a problem.
I was going to lock off the show, but just for you. You pick. We'll let you pick. And then me, I will lock off the camera, I'll lock off my mic, and I'll let you debate who you want to debate, if it's not me.
Yeah, same for me as well.
It's up to you. I won't stitch you up. And if you think I'm lying, then you can just flip off. Like, you can just sign out. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing. Don't come, calling people clueless when you don't have something to say. The other guys, I didn't agree with them, but they were respectful. I just didn't agree with their opinion. You just come on saying, oh, you guys are clueless. Well, explain to me, because you're so enlightened. So please tell me or Brandon, please enlighten us, please.
Exactly that. Come on, Jordan. Jump on. Nobody's going to jump down your throat here, right? You give your opinion. Look, at the end of the day, right, if you watch this channel on a regular, you know that Northside has Fuad. Yeah? Fuad is like yourself. Fuad has a complete and a different opinion to me and Northside, right? And yeah, okay, he might get ganged up on every now and again, yeah, by the pair of us, but it's all love. Do you know what I mean? It's all love at the end of it. We're not sitting here falling out with each other, and by the end of the stream, when the stream ends, we all sit there and talk backstage. Just because we don't agree with his opinion doesn't mean, that we can't sit and debate it. So pick who you want, Jordan. Pick who you want. Come on, have a debate. Tell us what you're feeling about the football club. Yeah? Tell us where your mind's at. And you can pick whichever one of us you want. We're quite happy for either one of us to sit in the background while, Come on.
Jordan, listen. Jordan said, look, I wasn't being disrespectful. I just said you're clueless in some of the things you're saying. Well, then jump on and enlighten us what things that we're clueless in. Because me and Brandon both watch every match, been following this club for years, have been seeing the patterns of the club to the point where we feel comfortable enough to have conversations online. So, I mean, Jordan, I'm waiting, bro. I'm waiting. I really want to know what you think. I've not swore at you. I've not been rude. Neither has Brandon. I'm just asking you to bring your camera on so we can have a conversation. I can't keep texting. This is a live show. So listen, Jordan, up to you. The link is there. I'm not running. We're going to end the show on this one. I've got Francisco here, obviously my fellow Portugueser, and I want his opinion on this player, on Vieira, Fabio Vieira. And let's get the insight. Francisco, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, and you? Hi, Brandon.
How we doing?
Good. I'm good.
I'm good.
Francisco, please tell
All
me.
good.
I mean, you watch the Liga Portuguesa more than me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't even have time these days with everything I've got going on. I'll be real with you. I watch the Primera Liga even less than before. I used to go to my grandma's house, watch it. I didn't even have time to even go to my grandma's house. What do you make of Fabio Vieira? And do you think he's better than Odegaard? I'll let you take the stage.
Okay, fantastic. About Fabio Vieira, okay, he's an attacking midfield who can play on the wings as well. Here's the thing. I see it as a decent young player, but here's a few things that I'm concerned. Okay, he played, 27 games? in over 1,000 minutes. I made the calculus. He at least play 49 minutes per game. So if we talk about a player who wasn't even a key player for Porto, he was most of the time coming from the bench. He didn't play many times in the first 11. That for me is a little bit concerning. He didn't. He's not capped for Portugal because for the position that he has, either on the wing or in the middle of the park as a number 10, there's a lot of competition. In my opinion, I think Fabio Vieira is still very behind Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, or even Vitinha, another Porto player. Vitinha, for example, played more played more time in the first 11. So I believe he may become a good player, maybe better than Odegaard. But the problem is he's not proven, in my opinion. He's not a proven player. He didn't become a key player at Porto in the Premier League. So
So would
he
you I
could be
mean,
good.
you're saying he's not proven. Would you rate him higher than, I mean, is he in your top 5 best players in Portugal? I'm talking about youngsters because he's quite a youngster. He's 22 years old. And midfielders. Let's narrow
Yes.
it down. Attacking midfielders. When you're talking about, let's talk about midfielders in general. Do you think Paulinho is a better buy? Do you think, who else in the Liga Portuguesa would you think is better than him? And do you think he was the best option out of Portugal? And do you think he has the highest ceiling, in your opinion?
Okay, regarding Portugal, okay, if the players that I rate, okay, the only one that I rated this season for Port in Premier League was Darwin Nunes, but Liverpool signed them first.
Yeah.
Liverpool signed him. Then I rated perhaps second best player in the Premier League between the big four, big 3+1 or whatever. Uh, Maybe Julian Weigl, who played a little bit out of the position, in my opinion, is not a CD. He's a more center midfielder, number 8.
Okay.
And he is I think this is a player. Palhinha, okay, he may not be the ball playing CDM, but he's good at positioning. He's rough on the tackling. He's aggressive. I believe Arsenal need a type of player who pass around in that midfield, who doesn't afraid to do the dirty work. But no, we got to let Wolverhampton and Flipping Fulham go into a bidding war with him, while Arsenal and his scouting is on the beach somewhere. I don't know what the hell they are doing. Maybe they get getting pictures. I don't know. Another player that I rated as well is Almost Ratti. That was also linked with Benfica, but I believe that under the new manager, is gonna be. I think they're going for Enzo Fernandez, midfielder from River Plate, one of the youngest
Yeah.
talents in the Argentinian league, and pretty much that's it. As the youngest and at the youth team, in this case, Javier, like I said, Javier is a good player, but I don't think he's above, for example, Fabio Carvalho that is in Fulham, or is in the better, like for example, Thiago Gouveia or any other youngsters. He's a good player though. He's a good player, but a guy at age 22 didn't show up big time in Porto. That's a little bit concerning. I hope he's better than Odegaard for crying out loud. I don't need another Casper the Friendly Ghost now in the fucking squad.
Would you? I mean, we were linked to. Well, the press said that we were linked to Vitinha. What do you make of Vitinha? Do you think Vitinha was a better option or a better player?
Vitinha, here's the thing. Vitinha can play as a 10, okay?
Yeah.
But he plays better as a number 8. You know,
Okay.
like a deep line maker position. He wasn't. I recall that he was on loan for Wolves. Didn't show up that much, but he was a young kid at the time. Now he had a actual season now that he gained more importance for the Porto's midfield. and he gave the first cap in the game against Switzerland, which ended up in a 1-0 loss because Portugal allowed Seferovic, of all fucking people, scored a goal in the first minute, and we struggled to score a freaking goal in the remaining minutes of that game.
There you go. There you go. My Portuguese plug. You know what I mean? What do you think of Otavio as well? Because Otavio as well was linked to us. Do you rate Otavio?
Here's the thing. Otavio was a key player for Porto. Some people say he's a good player, but his attitude stinks. He's a freaky prima donna, man. Literally, every time he gets fouled, he goes straight bitching and moaning to the referee, asking for a foul. I recall in the game against Benfica in the derby. Okay, the guy literally, there was a close confrontation with the ball between him and Gonçalo Ramos. He spit so hard that the referee decided to grant his wish to provide a yellow card to the Benfica player. So he could be a good player. His personality. So in another word, he's a little bit of an asshole.
I've got one word
with.
Go on, Brandon. Go, Brandon. Before
he would fit in well with this manager, then, wouldn't he? Because he's an asshole as well.
You know, what's the winger, the Brazilian winger at Benfica that Arsenal were interested in a couple of seasons ago, and we didn't get him? Everton, yeah. What do you make of his progress at Benfica? Because for me, I feel like he's very hot and cold, and I was quite happy that we didn't get him.
Well, Arsenal did dodge a bullet, so because Benfica is going to sell to Flamengo. 2 very inconsistent seasons. Okay, the only thing that he proved was defensively, but he's not good enough. Very consistent. The guy is very hot and cold. He's pretty much the Brazilian Odegaard. But we pay 20 million. Okay, we're going to sell at best for 16. Okay, we may take an L, but man, apparently we may get David Neres, I guess.
Yeah. Last question for you.
In other words,
Francisco. What do you think Arsenal? What kind of bid would Arsenal need to make to Sporting to go and get Paulinho? Somebody that you rate and somebody that I rate. How much do you think it would take to get Paulinho to have some rotation with Thomas Partey as a defensive midfielder or play alongside him?
Okay. For the looks of it, Sporting is asking at least 15 million, very close to that. I think Arsenal could pretty much equalize the same bids that the Wolves and Fulham had, and I believe it would be very more convincing Paulinho playing for a bigger team compared to Fulham or even Wolves. Okay, Wolves is Portugal FC. I get it. It's going to be a little bit more difficult with Wolves because there's links with Portuguese players. But I think maybe Pellegrini will think, okay, I may have more opportunities to play in the Arsenal squad. Pretty much need to rebuild the entire midfield. But the thing is, Pellegrini.
How much do you think he will cost? 40 to 50 million euros?
Yes, that's very best. I wouldn't overpay more than that. More than that because he lost a little bit of importance in the team this season. He lost the place to Ugarte, so who is a Uruguayan player, plays the same position as him. So if you pay more than 14, 15 million euros, I think you may overpay him.
We need to go get him. Tommy, what are you telling me, bro? What are you telling me? When are you challenging forward, man? I'm waiting.
But that's why I come in. I thought he was going to be here, innit? But obviously,
that
man's
guy,
scared, man. Man's run away, fam. man. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought I'd create social media just so I could annoy him, but I can't find him on Instagram or anything. He must have deactivated, you know. But but no, I'm good. How are you boys anyway? All good, yeah. How you thinking about the new signing? What are you thinking?
I'd rather Bowen and Rice.
Would you? Oh, brother, allow it, man. Allow it, bro.
It's not Patrick Vieira, so I don't give a fuck.
Brother, I just saw on Twitter, yeah. People going, what was your old song? Vieira, he comes from like. People were saying like it's going to be the same song as like Patrick Vieira. I was like, oh my god, like these fans not learn. I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh, but no, I was listening to LG just like a couple of minutes ago, and he was saying about like he didn't start any of his Champions League games. He comes off a bench a lot, and I'm thinking like, why would you spend? And plus, it's another youth player, like 22. Like you should be going to get experience. Like I don't know what's going on at your club, to be honest, mate. But at least you signed someone. We ain't even signed anyone, so. At least you signed someone.
That's what it's come to. At least you signed someone, Brandon.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo! This is it, and this is a West Ham fan taking pity on Arsenal as well. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
No, I used to. I'm not gonna lie, I did, but then I'm like, bruv, like you guys, you don't like the owners, but it's like people just lap it up, and I'm like, it's like the Man United fans. I don't feel sorry for them anymore because they've created it on themselves. Like you ain't like
I'm surprised we signed this player, mate. I'm surprised we didn't go to Mark Noble's house and drag him out of retirement or something.
No, he's on Towie, bruv. He's gone to Towie. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, it's all love. Listen, thanks a lot, everyone, for coming on. I got to pick up my girl from the train station. This stream should have only been an hour. Brandon jumped on, everyone jumped on. It's never an hour, man. It's never an hour when I get to chatting. But listen, Tommy, man, get on socials, man. Stop going on like you're running on from the feds or something. Are you actually English or are you Polish? Man? You're not supposed to.
Shush, man. Don't bait it out, bro. Do you know what I mean? Don't bait it out. Don't bait it out, man. Oh, God, man.
You're baiting yourself out. Why are you jumping on?
Exactly. Yeah, because I'm not stupid, you know? I'm like, you know what I mean? Well, no, I'm gonna create something.
You know what? Yeah, Tommy, just make a profile. Don't put no picture, nothing. Just for us to communicate. Do an Insta and then I'll DM you because I need to send you the link so we can do a show. I can't just do a show and then hopefully.
No, I was thinking of what's that show you're doing on the Sunday? The one with the Tottenham fan.
Yeah, but that's not with Forward, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, is it not?
Forward's gonna get roasted. I wanted to do the show just you and him. And Brandon will be the referee, and I'm turning my mic and my camera off, and I'm just gonna be in the background.
Yeah,
what do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, you're pussying out, bro.
Because last time I did it, people were saying, "Oh, you're bullying him, you're ganging up on him." I'm like,
"Your side. I'll give you 2 minutes, mate, with your camera and your mic off, and then it'll be back on again."
You're talking crap. You're talking crap. What do you mean? The standards. And he's like, "Oh, calm down, calm down."
Do you know what cracks me up about these? They're like the new Claude and Ty, aren't they? They're like the younger version. It's mad. It's fucking hilarious. It cracks me right up.
Listen, people like it as much as everyone that's watching said, "Oh, get Forward off." Yeah, you lot know it's entertaining. As much as it pisses me off, and I actually genuinely do get vexed with him, you lot love it. Do you know what I'm saying? To the point where there's people watching the show and not even Arsenal fans, like Tommy, that are enjoying me and him going back and forth. You know
I even get annoyed. I even get annoyed at what he says. Not gonna lie, I want to like headbutt a wall. I'm like, bro, what is he talking about? But no, at least he's real. Like I said to him, I said at least don't like just say what you think, innit? Don't just change because everyone else is like wanting you to change your opinion. Just be true to yourself, innit? Do you know what I mean? Because most people nowadays will just change it and follow like sheep. But I'll give him respect because he just says it how he feels and not how other people feel.
Yeah, at least he comes on. At least he comes on and gives his side and stuff. And like Jordan, where are you?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Jordan, listen. Next time I saw your BS about man works 2 jobs, bruv. Do I care? If you got 10 kids to feed, that's your business, innit? You shouldn't have been spreading it around. I don't know why you ain't coming on, yeah? Because you got time to be messaging, but you ain't got time to jump on. So how you got time to be watching the show and keeping up and sending messages? It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Listen, Tommy, love, make your fake Instagram, message me, tell me that you're Tommy, and then I'll send you the link. Francisco, thank you for the Portuguese insider. Do you know what I'm saying? Flipping out.
Really good insight.
You're like the Portuguese Fabrizio Romano for me right now. Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And Brandon,
Always glad to
as
help.
always for jumping on.
Mm.
You know
Yeah,
what I
no, I'm going to go and destroy some toxic, positive Arsenal fans on Twitter
Oh.
spaces now. So
Oh, don't. Oh,
Let's have
no.
it.
Cool.
Listen, what's that? Yo, Tommy, talk to your boys. Yeah, tell us your both of your best players, Bowen and
Right.
Wright, on the cheap. Yeah, 50 million.
No.
Yeah, for the both of them. Yeah, do us a favor. Yeah,
Fuck off. No, mate. No.
we're off.
Yeah.